I started trying to read The Phoenix from 1999.
Yeah.
And it's like, there is just so much going on. There's like where I started it, like Jean was already dead and the Phoenix Force was somewhere else. And then it just jump starts from like going from Jean being dead to this new girl. I don't remember her name. It's Rachel Summers.
Oh shit.
And then she becomes the embodiment of the Phoenix Force, and then she ends up in like the modern X-Men era, and like Cyclops is like, I think he's like her uncle or something, or her dad, or her like late or great grandpa or something, and he's just like so hard on her.
Oh,
like you can't be doing this stuff. Like you can't just go out and do stuff on your own.
Cyclops is the reason why I don't get into X-Men stuff, because I'm like, Cyclops is such a fucking, I don't know, like a narc.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like if you smoked weed in front of Cyclops, like he'd call the cops.
Yeah.
Even though it's like legal now, he'd still call the cops.
Yeah. He's
he's like a fucking asshole.
He is a giant. Like I watched this like thing on like, I think it's like the top 10 like worst things Scott has done, and some of them are just like, dude, like when I read some of the stories for it, I was just like, dude, you didn't like. There's no reason you had to act that way, like no reason at all. Like when he goes nuts and because he's got the Phoenix Force, and he like blows away Xavier, it's like, dude, come on, like I mean, great storytelling, but still, like I mean,
see that's like, okay, Phoenix Force is like weird, I get it, but like fucking what is it? Having a clone of your dead wife, and like,
oh yeah, he does that.
Her. That's the weird thing. That's like, dude, you were completely normal, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking have sex with a clone of my dead wife, and then the wife comes back, and now he's like, I don't know what to do.
I know. Like as if he has to like actually like morally jumble what to do. Like
it's like,
what's a
bro.
There's a really good one story. I was trying to find it.
I don't see how either Jean or Emma Frost were like, yeah, I'd fuck him. Like, it's like, bro, you two can do much better.
I mean, he's pretty fire. I will say, physically wise, I'll say he's not a bad looking dude.
He's got bad vibes.
But yeah, he gives off some bad juju for sure. There's this story of Emma Frost and Scott.
Yeah.
Where they're married, but it all ends up being like a.
Oh, like a mind
fuck that she created herself because she went nuts or something. I never found where it is on the app, and I would have liked to have fully read it.
I read a bit of Astonishing X-Men, which I liked, and that was the time when, Scott and Emma Frost were together.
Yeah, I don't think I read this. I read
Astonishing's cool, man. I think Astonishing has the bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Astonishing has the bit that I told Ian about on the show a bunch, where there's like there's just like noises in the house, and then like you just see in the living room or whatever of Xavier's mansion, Kitty Pryde like falls through the ceiling fully naked, grabs a blanket, wraps it around her, and runs back upstairs.
How did that? What's that?
Because Colossus was fucking her, baby.
Oh, true. Well, so she just nut and went like intangible and like
fell through the fucking floor.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's all shown from like the angle of like behind the couch in the living room, so it's just like she, whoosh, bam.
That's great.
Such a good band.
That is great. The last I read was All New X-Men.
All new. Okay, I think like there was a whole thing because like at the time Marvel was like, fucking Fox isn't gonna give up the movies. Perlmutter, the guy who was in charge of Marvel Entertainment as a whole, including the comics, was like, fuck the X-Men, fuck the Fantastic Four, they're not hanging out, we're gonna completely deprioritize them. And so then there was like so few X-Men comics from like, I think like 2014 to 2018, like X-Men comics.
Yeah,
there was just like nothing.
Here.
Like, there's just a complete like lack. Same with Fantastic Four.
I've never read too much Fantastic Four. I mean, I like them.
I haven't either, but I've heard I've heard good things. Like, I know Reed Richards is like a huge piece of shit, which is fun, but like, I've heard there's so much good stuff in the Fantastic Four part of the world. And I like, you know, they hang out with Galactus the most, and like,
Yeah.
I love Galactus. He's so cool.
There's like so much Fantastic Four. Like I don't even think I want to start it. It dates back to like the 19.
It's the first Marvel comic, really.
66.
Because like before Fantastic Four, like, you know, Captain America and Namor and shit existed, but they were all part of like Timely Comics before Marvel was Marvel. And so the first comic to be Marvel Comics, like with the brand name, was like the issue 1 of Fantastic Four. And so like that's why, because of the date or whatever that comic came out, that's why the Marvel mainstream universe is 616, because it's like based on the date. I guess it was like June 1961.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's clever, actually. June 1961.
Yeah.
The main continuity, like, I love reading the comics, but I always get so jumbled up. I'm like,
yo, it's like that's like that's the thing with comics, is like when you pick up on the fact, because you know all the history, and then when there's all these references or things that are like tying back in, you're like, yo, this shit's fucking sick. Like when you get it, it feels so good.
Yeah.
But then when you don't get it, it like fucks up the storytelling, and you're like, and so like that's one thing people are talking about in comics is like, they're like, we want to remove this factor to get more new readers, and it's like, but the worry is, are you going to actually get those new readers, or are you just going to alienate the people who are actually buying comics?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, are you going to alienate the people who are currently, you know, your biggest, like, sales group?
Yeah. I've tried so hard to like maintain the continuity, just like trying to read what's actually what happens and what's going on, but like, man, I get so jumbled. Like last time I stopped reading for a little bit, and then that's when, like, for example, when Wolverine died.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get the app, and then I started looking at it, and the dude's just back, and he's got a new power now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's got hot claws, so
he can make him heat up.
Yeah, like I don't exactly know how they work, but like when in the movie the Silver Samurai sword.
Oh,
like how like when you've got two hands on it, like the blades heat up.
Oh yeah,
and you can cut through adamantium.
I didn't watch that. That's that X-Men movie I didn't see, the second Wolverine, because fucking X-Men Origins Wolverine was so bad.
Oh yeah, I mean,
so I didn't watch the Wolverine or whatever it was called. So I didn't watch that one, but I watched Logan.
The Wolverine's the last one, and then Logan. But no, Wolverine 2 or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Wolverine.
Yeah, he with the
I love that trilogy of films where the titles are all different. It's like X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then the Wolverine, and then Logan.
Yeah, man, honestly, that first movie was real bad.
Yeah,
real bad. I mean, props to Hugh Jackman for, you know, maintaining the character and really kind of just...
Yeah, like he... honestly, it sucks because I think that movie, like, the casting's good. I think there's good parts of it.
Like, Liev Schreiber totally sold
as
me
Sabretooth,
on Sabretooth.
Fucking great. Way better than the guy who played him in, like, the 1999 X-Men, who's, like, the big wrestler guy.
He looked good as Sabretooth, but Liev Schreiber's, like... His demeanor, like, honestly, like, I'm even thinking about it right now. I'm getting goosebumps. Like, imagine
he's
standing
so cool
in front of that guy.
Yeah.
And he just smiles at you. You see his fangs.
He's got,
like, and you could just get gutted right there just because he wants to. It'd be wild.
The fucking opening bit where it's, like, them fighting through all the wars is cool.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
Like, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, like, even though he's, like, very not Deadpool for the ending of that movie.
Oh, God.
But the casting is great.
Yeah,
like, as it turned out with the Deadpool movies, right? He's great as that character.
Yeah, I had a hard time when I watched it and was like, that's supposed to be Wade Wilson. Like the end, like when you see Wade Wilson, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, when you see him as just Wade Wilson and not yet Deadpool, where he's just a mercenary and he's like the merc with the mouth, and they're like, fucking Wade, what an asshole, and he's like, I'm stuck in an elevator. Great, this is the worst. I'm stuck in an elevator with 5 guys on a high-protein diet.
Yeah.
Like, that bit's funny. The bit where he cuts the bullet in half.
Oh
which
my
then they
God.
parodied in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I was literally about to
Yeah.
say that when he starts doing this weird like sword dance. How do
Yeah.
you like you're stopping bullets? Like
Yeah.
how? Well, then, yeah, I love how they did that with what was it? Cables like just
Yeah.
like unloading a machine gun on him.
Yeah.
He's trying to stop
And he's
all
like,
the bullets.
and then the bullets, like the half bullets are still hitting him.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, that did not work out. Yeah, but great casting. But yeah, he's got a new power. Like they're hot claws. They just when he like brings the blades out and I don't know if it's like he gets mad or something, but like they heat up red.
Damn.
And I'm actually gonna like look it up. I don't remember exactly.
1,000 degree knife.
Yeah.
Like the fucking those YouTube videos from like 5 years ago or whatever, where it's like 1,000 degree knife versus beach ball.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, hey everybody, this is the Media Hole Podcast. You'll notice Ian looks a little different this week.
I'm Ian today.
Yeah, because this is our friend George. He's with us. We love him. He actually likes comics, so Ian doesn't. Unlike Ian, who like fucking has to tolerate me talking about comics, George loves comics.
Yeah, I think I can bring something to this.
Yeah.
I'll be a more comic-y Ian.
Yeah. But yeah, so like normally in this show we talk about the news of the week and we talk about what we did this week or what we read or watched or played as video games. This week we're gonna play it more loosey goosey because I didn't want to write anything down on the fucking thing, and so I have nothing.
Fair enough. Well, this is my first time doing a podcast,
Yeah.
so like
So we'll
I'm kinda down
let
with,
George do what makes him feel comfortable. We're not gonna push him.
yes, be gentle.
Try to have some fun here.
Be gentle. I'm new.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't really do this much this week. Like, okay, what I did do was I watched a lot of movies.
Oh yeah.
Because I was sitting there doing nothing for work, and
I
like,
haven't seen a movie in fucking forever, man. Because like no movie theaters, and like when I'm home, like I have like after the pandemic, I used to be great at watching movies by myself at home, but after the pandemic, my fucking like attention span died.
Yeah.
And so like I don't watch movies as much, and I feel so guilty because I love movies.
Oh man, like
Yeah.
So I got a tablet like I don't even know how many months ago, and it's like shared data with my phone, and I've got like a tremendous amount of gigs, and most of the time, like I'm like busy and doing stuff, or I'm like when I'm like following and doing my work, it's very like I'm like paying attention there. For the days that I have like nothing to do, I couldn't believe how handy the tablet came.
Yeah.
And I stuck a magnet on it, like the like your car holder, like you can stick a magnet holder. Yeah, so now I've got this little mount that I watch the movies on when I've got nothing to do, and it's so good. The first movie I watched was Ma. It's new. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
It's with Octavia Spencer. And
Oh shit! Yeah, that one, the horror one or whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't call it horror. It's pretty predictable.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not so predictable where you're like, kind of just passing the time watching it. Like when you're sitting around doing something, or you're reading a book and just throw something on the TV just to have something in the background. It's not that kind of predictable, but it's like, I see where it's going, and it's just so creepy. Like Octavia Spencer, I've mainly seen her in like comedy roles.
Oh yeah.
So she makes me giggle, but like to see that face that makes me giggle
Doing
be
creepy
more
shit.
like
Yeah.
creepy is a solid like wow, like that is a good performance. The cast isn't too bad either. Like the main girl,
The teenager characters or whatever.
Yeah, they're not like horrible. I mean, they have like they're like kind of, I don't know,
Typical horror movie
like,
characters.
Like there's the one girl that's like, she's like the hot one that's got like no filter, and she's like, yeah, like I like to go and just get fucked and let's just get high and shit and whatever. And you're like, that's cool. Every crew's got that girl or that guy, whatever. And then you've got the girl that's new. She's like more shy, but she's like down to like hang and do whatever. So like the cast is pretty like, what's the word?
Like the chemistry's good, or
Well, no, like no, like the cast is there's a word. The word I'm looking for is
generic.
Yeah, generic, I suppose.
They're
yeah.
like stock characters.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Like you could take the cast and put them in another movie and be like,
And it's fine.
It's
yeah.
the same movie.
Yeah.
But the eerie factor is really, really good because it just doesn't like it creeps on you even though you know what's happening, what's coming next. So I really enjoyed it. And being in the car, like you're like focused on the movie and you're not really aware of your surroundings. I'm immersed in this, and then like someone walks by, I'm like, holy shit! Like
that's
like I actually like
so
spooked.
funny, dude. The same shit happens to me all the time. Like where it's like, whoa.
Yeah, like I spook. Like I'm literally sitting there like
That's
this.
how I get caught on my phone. Like when I'm doing shit, it's just like,
yeah, like someone walks by, you're like, holy shit, what are you doing? So that was a good movie I watched. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I also watched. I don't know if you've seen it or like I don't know if you like the anime at all. Maybe you read the manga, but Rurouni Kenshin.
I know of it. The guy who wrote it's a fucking awful piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah. He God, what was it? Hold on. Let me just double check.
Yeah, so what did he do?
Okay. So
excuse me.
he is a huge piece of shit. Let me just try to figure it out. Okay, yes. So he was found in November 2017. He was found with child pornography.
That's the Rurouni Kenshin guy.
Yeah. The guy who wrote the manga. Wrote and drew the manga. So he had a bunch of child pornography of footage of naked girls in their early teens. And for the crime, he was fined 200,000 yen, which is about $20,000.
That's it.
And then he kept writing Rurouni Kenshin in June 2018. It went on hiatus from November to June, and then he went back to writing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he paid $20,000 for.
Yep.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I know. It's fucked up, dude.
That's messed up.
Japan's so fucked up because, like shit like that happens where it's like that he gets charged $20K. He's like a few months off work, and then he fucking comes back and keeps writing his fucking manga. And then the actor in that game Judgment, like the Yakuza franchise, like a few months before the game came out, or after the game came out, he fucking gets charged for cocaine possession, which I would argue less bad than child pornography.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would too.
Yeah, like I would say,
I mean, like
lot less bad.
No one should have kiddie porno. Like period.
Exactly,
that should not be a thing.
That's fucked up. But and then doesn't he like completely lose his fucking entire acting career? Like he does do time, but he loses his entire career, and they replace him in the fucking video game. Like they get a different actor to do his face and voice.
Oh no
in
way.
The game, yeah.
And that was for cocaine possession.
That was for coke. And the Rurouni Kenshin guy
has kiddie porn, and he's
still writing Rurouni Kenshin. And then they made the movie after.
Crazy.
They made the movie after, and I think there's a new anime movie coming out. And after.
That's nuts. Okay, see,
yeah.
That is just downright wrong. Like
that's so fucked up. The guy who wrote some other manga, like this one actually saw some what's the word? He actually did get some like clear like punishment for it. I think he also did time. There was some other manga that was like pretty popular, and then the writer fucking literally like groped a middle school girl.
That's fucked.
Like fucking on her bike out in public, and then like
poor kids can't even like be on a bike these
bro
days.
Like it's so fucked up,
man. The amount of predatory shit in the world now, like I mean, yeah. I feel like because of the pandemic, like it's brought the crazy out even more. So
Yeah, I think that was before the pandemic. I think that was like late
okay.
2019 that guy did that.
All right, okay,
Yeah.
so the beginning stages, but like
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
like I mean, in the last like
Yeah.
year and a half, I have heard of lots of like stories of
I think
weirdos with like things that just
Yeah.
leave the kids alone.
Yeah, I think part of it is that like that was kind of always there, but now we're like, no, fucking, let's talk about this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like well, I mean, no one had nothing to do for
Yeah.
like a year and a half, so like everyone's like, now, oh, you know what? Now that the world is basically shut down, now let's pay attention to the
Yeah.
world problems that are actually
Fucking
a factor.
affecting people.
You know, like
yeah,
before then, everyone was just like, I mean, like people talked about
Yeah.
it and like you knew about it, but a lot of it I felt was brushed off, and then like
for sure. Yeah,
now it's like, okay, well, we need to focus on it right now because we have nothing to do.
yeah,
So, damn, there's a guy like on Instagram that goes around like the GTA. I mean, I don't know how he does what he does. Like, I don't know if he's like, catfishing.
I think I
people.
know who you're talking about. I don't want to like dox anybody or whatever, but yeah, like the guy who's like I think he does catfish people with like
15-year-olds and stuff.
yeah, and be like, oh, I'm 15 or whatever in the text, and then we'll like screenshot all the text and like get the person's name and be like,
Yeah.
yo, this person.
and then he like
tried to-
records them like when
Yeah.
they show up. Like,
Yeah,
that's like, I mean, that's brave, but that's messed. Still.
yeah, it's wild. I think her friend said there was like some person that they like are acquaintances with that got caught by that, and I'm like, oh shit, like that they knew back in high school or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone you know.
No,
Someone you
it's not
know
someone I
knows
know. It's like
someone.
someone out of our friends, like a
Group.
couple of them like knew back in high school days.
Like they knew of a person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like they like met him and hung out with him a couple times or whatever because he was like a student alongside them.
Yeah.
And then turned out to like get caught by that, and it's like, oh fuck. Like years later, after not talking to him for ages. It's not like someone that they're friends with or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know of anyone that's like. Well, I don't. I mean, if I did anyone,
Yeah,
if I did know anyone like that, I would not be talking to them. That's
Yeah.
But like, I also don't know anyone that's ever gone to jail. Actually,
Really?
yeah, I don't know anyone that's like done like something like done like an actual hard crime and then been put away or something.
Yeah, I don't think I know anybody that went to jail. Someone I went to school with, and this was like sad at the time, but it's also like one of those fucking things that's like so random, and it was somebody who I hadn't talked to. I went to middle school with this guy. Fucking randomly, when he was out like in university age or whatever, right? Like he was in university, I forget where he was going. And then like in the middle of the night, he fucking crossed an intersection, got hit by a bus and died at like 19.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like, I found it on Facebook. I was like, what the fuck? This like person who I knew 5, 6, 7 years ago at that point. Like
He's no longer
he's
among
just
the
dead.
living. Yeah, that's.
Wild.
I don't know anyone that's died on me either. Like, I mean, I don't have close family members that have passed yet. Hopefully they don't, you know, knock on wood there. Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Friends either. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I know of acquaintances, and by that I mean like someone I talked to like a handful of times
Mm-hmm.
that they're not no longer around, but like I've never. It's an eerie thought to think of, like to just you know, you wake up one day and they're like someone you know that is closer is no longer around. It's kind of like, damn, like
honestly, like I've had like, you know, grandparents go, but like the closest I got for like someone I knew was when Kyle got hit by the car. Like
our Kyle.
Yeah, our Kyle. Got hit by the car like 5 or so years ago, maybe a little bit longer ago.
And that's the whole like being followed thing is about.
Yeah,
like what we talk about.
Yeah, exactly. He like he was like skateboarding or whatever, and a car fucking just blasted him drunk driving.
Yeah, he was telling me last night that the chick was like uninsured or something. So like so it's like I mean, she should be penalized, but because of the judicial system and like all the technicalities and loopholes, it's like it's a process that's ongoing. It's so annoying.
It's still ongoing. Yeah, it was like years ago. But when he got fucking hit, all I knew, we got a call because we're me and Derek's family are close with his family.
Yeah.
And so we get the call to fucking go to this hospital in out of town. And we were so scared they wouldn't let us see him for a while. And so I was like, oh my God, he's going to fucking die. Like, that was like in my brain, you know?
Wild. Yeah.
Because I was like, so it was scary. And then we got there. He was like drugged up, but he was so fucking funny. He was like immediately chill. He was like, man, all these people came to see me and I'm just laying here pissing whenever I need to.
Yeah, I like that dude, man. He's a lot of fun.
Great.
He's a lot of fun to be around.
I've known him for ages.
I don't
because like Derek's place when he was growing up is like next door to Kyle's house.
Like where Kyle lives now.
Yeah. So like Derek's dad still lives there, but like it's like right next door.
Okay.
Yeah. So like they grew up, they were like neighbors.
Right on. See, that's awesome to have like a friend that's still like with you, being your friend 20 years later. I moved around a lot though as a kid. Like
I didn't meet Kyle a lot back like when we were back in the day, but especially like right around high school started. That's when like me and Kyle became pretty close friends. And then he like would come over to my house or we'd come over to Derek's fucking every other weekend practically.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, and like that's how I met like Davis as well, who used to be a host of this show but moves around a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a military? He's a military
he works
guy.
for the military.
That's crazy to think. Like, and Connor works for the military, doesn't he?
I think so.
That's insane. Like knowing that they have governmental jobs and like
I have a government job.
I know, but like they've handled guns. That's pretty cool. Like I have a BB, like a BB machine gun at home, and I like gave it to Connor, and this dude like almost field stripped it. Like he just like looked at it, popped the mag out, started playing with the chamber, just doing all these things. I'm like,
bruh,
it's like watching a movie, but it's happening right in front of me. It was so cool. He put like the pin back in, put the mag back in, and was just like, this thing's awesome. Like watching you do that was awesome, man. Like,
yeah, that's wild. It's so weird. It's like my job that I'm doing now is like such a grown-up thing. Like,
yeah, I think you have the most adult job out of all of us.
I think probably.
Like, sorry, like, so you, you're like in
I don't
finances.
like to talk about it too much on the podcast just because like I don't want to get found out or whatever because we say wild shit.
But like but you're like in.
It's like an office job, yeah. But like I'm involved in like hearings pertaining to like certain aspects of people's cases. So like for virtual hearings, so like I'll tell a judge like when to come in once like the lawyer and interpreter and stuff are there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't know, man.
Oh, I thought you worked in finances.
No, I used to. I worked at TD. I worked at TD Bank.
I thought you were like you transitioned into a more adult finance job. That's what
no.
This whole time I've been thinking this guy's like making investments downtown.
Bro.
Like this guy's the next Wolf of Wall Street.
No, my God. Oh my God. I could not do that job. Like the kinds of people who do that job are so fucking annoying. I would not be able to bear it. Like Wolf of Wall Street is it's like such a fucking frat bro. The finance field is like frat guy, like, oh bro, fucking gotta make that money. Like that kind of,
yeah,
and
like
it's
you
just
gotta
the kind
wake
of person
up,
who
make that hustle. Like
bro, fucking no time like the present. You gotta fucking game time.
Invest.
You gotta know those stocks. You gotta. It's like I can't stand that shit. That's like I could not work like that level to make money at like finance, like with that type of stock market type deal. Just because that's like so the opposite of my personality, and I don't care about stocks at all.
Oh man, I had my sister's
boyfriend.
I don't know what they are.
Oh.
I'm just gonna call him boyfriend. Yeah. Some days I call him my brother-in-law because I think they're there. I think they're there, But then every time, like, I get there, sometimes they don't seem like they're... I don't know. It's a whole thing. But, yeah, my sister's boyfriend had a guy that worked at his shop. And while I was getting my car, like, worked on or whatever, this guy was like, yeah, man, I make money. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, make your money. He's like, yeah, man, you want to know how I make my money? I'm like, no, not really. He's like, oh, I'll show you.
Yeah.
And he, like, pulls his phone out and he's, like, looking on this app. And he's, like, showing me all these, like, it's just like a mountain of lines. And, like, there's, like, 17 lines. I'm just like... What is that? He's like, yo, look, bro, like, listen. This is how you look at it. Like, this is in the last hour. And I'm like, okay. And then he expands it. This is in the last week. And then this is in the last month. Look at the drop, the height, the low, the high. And I'm like, so what are you showing me? He's like, yeah, this is how I make money. This is how I make, I've got like a couple thousand right now. And I'm like, why are you here then? If you're making like thousands on the day, why are you working at a car shop, bro? Like,
bro,
like
just be a day trader.
Yeah.
Sit at your fucking phone and make purchases or whatever.
I know of a guy that like he's on like hiatus from like the PI work that I do.
Yeah.
And he like became a day trader for the time being. That's what he does. I mean, like he has a newborn.
Yeah.
So he's like
you can
he's
make
like
good
vibing
money
with that.
day trading, but it's again like the stock thing and the finance thing. I said this to Ian and he got really mad. But I was like, the more time that you spend on like stocks and investments and stuff, it just like passively takes away the quality of your soul. Like it's feeding away on like the parts of you that make you a good person. Like it's just like if you do it long enough, you're just terrible.
And I guarantee he had like some like snarky remarks.
And he's like, "Oh, I have some stocks," and I'm like, "I don't fucking. That's not my point." Like. Like I'm trying to say, the more time you spend on it, just makes like it fucking chips away at you.
I don't think I could do that. Like I just honestly, I wake up in the morning, have my coffee,
and the Bitcoin shit, especially like the crypto, is so annoying. It's like and like the way you know stocks are fake. The one story I have, and I know I said this on the podcast when it happened, but I will continue to say it because it's ridiculous. So when McDonald's announced that they were going to have burgers that were plant-based, right? They were like, we're going to have these plant-based burgers, right? They announced it in a press conference. The stock for Beyond Meat, which is like the biggest company who does that, went down because they didn't announce that it was Beyond Meat, right? They're like, oh shit, McDonald's is coming into this business. Now Beyond Meat is worth less. So all the investors sold, or not all, but like people sold. And so their stock went down big. And then in a later press conference, McDonald's clarified that the plant-based material they were making their plant-based burgers out of is by Beyond Meat. And so then Beyond Meat's stock went back up.
Yeah, they start going
it's
up
so
there.
fucking stupid. Like, it's so dumb. Like, it's not based on real facts. It's just based on, like, people being bullshit.
Yeah, but like just a bunch of bullshit that kind of just stacks over, and you're like, huh? And then you see things going up, and you're like, well then.
Or like Elon Musk tweeted Tesla's stock is too high, and then it went down. Like it's like what the fuck? This is just made up, and a lot of people were like, this is because he wanted to escape some tax because he like went like something in his net worth or whatever fucking fluctuated, and that going down like helped him.
Okay. That dude, Elon Musk, okay, I mean,
piece of shit.
Is he?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's terrible.
Well, for me, like, he kind of appeared out of nowhere. Yeah. I don't know if that's true across the board, because I don't really keep up with current events and news and technology on the modern, the modern age.
He's been around. He's been around for a while or so, because he's in Iron Man 2 as himself.
Is he really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that tonight. Then. I'm just gonna have to like watch it to see him.
Yeah, he's there, and Tony Stark's like, "Oh, you're gonna fucking make some fucking thing or whatever." I don't know. Because
Tony,
yeah. Tony Stark's like, "Hey, fucking Elon Musk or whatever, you're cool," and I'm like, "Oh, that's maybe didn't age well."
That's. I'm like I know the movie.
Yeah.
I hate the movie, but I know it.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the scene is.
It's before he does the race. He's like talking to some people.
Oh, like right before Whiplash shows up. Okay.
I think. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in fucking ages.
I watched it like maybe like within the year.
Yeah.
Within the year, but I'm not seeing it. The only thing I remember from that movie is like they basically make a small dick joke or something like with the missile that like
oh yeah,
War Machine gets. He's like, yo, I got this, and then it doesn't do anything. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
But that's with what's that actor's name, man? The Jason Hammer.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell, yeah.
He's the best.
I think he's a phenomenal actor.
He's great.
And
it sucks that he's in the worst fucking Marvel movie.
I know. I kind of hope that because Justin Hammer he's the Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer Industries.
Hammer Industries. That's it. I would really like to see.
I would say they're more likely to bring back AIM than Hammer Industries, because like AIM's so
Iron
fucking
Man
famous.
3,
yeah,
roughly. Right?
Yeah,
AIM's
the bad guys in that.
Yeah,
Advanced Idea Mechanics.
Extremis.
Yeah.
I really feel like in like they should in Marvel, what's going on right now, they should really have like a maybe like a Disney, like a streaming series where these companies are more prominent. Like, I mean, there's AIM, there's
Roxxon.
I know. Well, Roxxon is coming. Like,
Roxxon was already like around because they were the bad guys in season 1 of Agent Carter.
You know what? I never watched it.
Yeah,
and I really should have, because
Agent Carter's good. It's only 2 seasons as well.
I really like Agent Carter. You know what? And I also wanted to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because
that show's a little more rough around the edges.
I was sold on Ghost Rider. I was sold on
Robbie Reyes.
That dude that dude who he just he sells it so good.
Yeah.
Like the whole like, oh man, there's that one scene where he's like I don't know, some guy like throws him in a wall or something. He's like, I don't have to atone for my sins or whatever, something like that. And he's just like, it's not me that has to judge you or something. I don't know what it is exactly, because obviously I'm way off, but he's just like, it's not up to me. And then his skin starts to peel off, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. I like that Ghost Rider design of that like version from the comics, the Robbie Reyes one.
Eli Maru? That's the spirit that possessed him, Eli Maru.
Oh, yeah. I just like the design where, because he's wearing the jacket where it's got like the white like rectangle.
The box thing,
yeah. And he's got, instead of a motorcycle, it's a Camaro, right?
I think so. I thought it was like an old Charger or maybe a Chevelle. I don't remember. I don't know.
It's like a muscle.
I love American muscle.
Yeah.
Oh man, but like to see it like be the hell ride or whatever you want to call it, like so awesome. I actually just, oh man, it was like on my YouTube feed. Like I was just watching random videos, and it showed up the when Nicolas Cage transforms for the first time into Ghost Rider. I loved it because I was like immersed in the fact that he's just like screaming at the camera, and I can only imagine being on set just watching him just scream at nothing and doing that like that laughy like like cackle thing that he does.
Nick Cage, I love him, man. He's so fucking ridiculous,
dude. Me and Emily were talking about like actors lately. Like, is it just us, or maybe I think you're a movie guy. Like, You're 100%. Really well versed in theater and film. Is it me, or is there some actors that just like straight up just do not say no to movies?
Yeah, Nick Cage. Well, the big thing with Nick Cage is he got in trouble with the IRS.
Is that why he says no?
Yeah,
like he doesn't say no.
They
repoed
to like fucking tons of it. He owes so much back taxes. That's why he doesn't refuse a job anymore.
Yeah, because he's in this movie Jiu-Jitsu, and I was watching like, I watched a third of it, and I just couldn't. I for my own sanity, my own like dignity, I just could not continue watching this movie.
Yeah,
but I was like, you know what, Nick Cage, man, I'm gonna support the fact that you
are ridiculous.
Did this movie because it's horrendous. But you know, you hear, oh, Nick Cage is in a movie, gotta see it.
Yeah.
Whether you see it like fully or not.
Well, and he'll sometimes do great stuff. Like there was Color Out of Space and Mandy that both are really good.
That one's a good movie.
Yeah. They use him. Of course, like who doesn't love him in Into the Spider-Verse? He's great.
Who's he in?
He's noir.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is noir. Man, I loved that movie.
That movie's
really
so fucking good.
I was like
blown away in the theaters.
Seriously in a moment of like utter pain when Kingpin killed Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like I was just absolutely devastated. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of the Marvel movies have pushed me to the point where like I'm like so emotionally invested.
Like there are parts of that like near the end of that movie when like Miles finally gets it or whatever, like you almost like want to cry from like how like he did it.
Like he's there. He finally got it. Yeah.
Like it's so good. Such a cool freaking movie, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the second one.
Yeah.
I mean,
they are going to put the Japanese Spider-Man in.
There's a Japanese Spider-Man?
Yeah, so the genre of show that Power Rangers is.
I'm totally googling this. Oh, dude, I love Power Rangers.
Okay. It's based on the TV show Spider-Man, the Japanese TV show Spider-Man, because he had a big robot. He had like it's ridiculous. It's a fucking like tokusatsu show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, is it this guy? Hang on.
Spiderman.
It's that dude. Is that him?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because he looks like he's like a Gundam back there or something.
Yeah. So yeah. The name of the show is like, if you translate it, it's like Warrior from Hell Spider-Man.
Warrior from Hell Spider-Man. That's pretty
ridiculous.
Man, translating Japanese, like the things you get out of it are just
like
nutty.
He like pulls the thing on his wrist. That's why he's got the big wrist thing. He like pulls it and it does shit.
Like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, wow. That thing looks like a Gundam.
Yeah, it's a big robot.
Why does Spider-Man have a robot?
Because I don't know.
Man, this reminds me when I was a kid, like when I was like a wee tot, man.
Yeah.
My grandma took me to like I already had a Spider-Man, and he was like the ones that like everything moves, you know?
Yeah,
everything moves, like even his torso moved. He was cool. And man, it was really funny. One time like I was playing with him and I remember rubbing him up against a wall. Like kind of like he's getting dragged by something, you know, like he's getting like beat up or whatever. And then I like looked over and then the paint on his like pectorals came off, so it actually looked like I ripped the suit. And I was like bummed, but I was like, this looks cool. Now I always had like this beat up Spider-Man. But that
remember they used to sell battle damaged character toys where it was like fucking I forget who it was, which characters it would be, because I just remember seeing them on the shelves or whatever as a kid. But it was like, hold on, let me see if I can bring something up.
While you're doing that, yeah, my grandma took me to buy, and maybe it comes from this Japanese Spider-Man. She took me to the toy store, or Toys R Us or something, and she bought me Spider-Man's car.
Oh yeah,
and it had like
that's real. That's from the fucking comics or some cartoon or something.
It looks like a Corvette, and then if you press a button, like these like spider legs come out on the sides, and like it crawls and shit. It was so cool. That was like, oh man, how long? I was like maybe 8 years old. This is like over 20 years now.
Yeah, they used to have battle damage toys. A lot of them are like Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Like
with the fucking battle damage.
Like the
Velociraptor
like scratches and then like it pops off like the entire Stegosaurus's flank.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's rad. But yeah, Spider Car. I think that was just from a cartoon. Oh, I should probably say Spider-Man.
Those are like spiders. Like, what is that?
Spider-Man car.
Porsches and stuff. Yeah. Wait.
This one, or was it?
No. The car I had looked more like. Huh. No, it was like it looked like a Corvette, but it didn't have a top or anything. It looked kind of like if you go up,
Yeah.
up.
Up.
Again. Yeah, it looked like the
This one?
No.
This is the one I know. The Spider-Mobile. This one.
Oh no,
I had a toy of that. I
the
think.
photo next to that one. If you go down,
This here.
It kind of looks like that red car on the bottom.
Oh.
It kind of looked like that, but it was just like, it was about. I mean, shit, I was a kid, so it's probably like this big.
Yeah.
But like that wide, and it had like you know, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit, like you can like physically see the webbing on him.
Yeah. Like the silver.
Yeah, it looked like that. Like the car had like raised webbing, and it had like spider legs that pop out. It was really cool.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
That's the one. Okay, that's sick.
Mine was red.
Okay, but it was kind of like this.
That's the car. 100% that's the car.
They just maybe switched the colors because this is 1997.
Oh yeah, no.
So this would have been post 2000.
Yeah, I was a kiddie when I got that car.
Yeah,
it was cool.
You're a wee boy. Maybe is it like no? It was open.
No, it was
this
definitely
one?
that blue one. Oh,
this it? The Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Hell yeah,
that's the exact car.
We found it.
My grandma bought me.
Nice.
I think the front there, like it shoots out.
Shoots like a thing.
Yeah,
I think I saw a commercial for this as a kid.
I think I think the front thing shoots out.
I'm just gonna save this.
I think on the side there's a spider legs, and like the spider symbol on the back looks like a turbo or something.
Damn. Oh.
Yeah, man. To be a kid again. Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I had also like I was super into like, making like my own, I guess toy accessories. Like I did it till I was like, I swear to God, I played with toys till I was like 17. I'm not even kidding. That is something I'm willing to out myself on. Like some of the first things I got like were Transformers.
Yeah.
Did you ever play with those?
Yeah, some. I was always too fucking dumb to figure out how to change them. Japanese Spider-Man also had a gun, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's the photo. I saw that photo. I was gonna say something. I'm like, you know what? That's probably some.
And he showed up in
bullets.
Spider-Verse in the comics as well. They had him show up.
That's wild.
He's wild. Yeah, so I think they're gonna try to get him in Spider-Verse too because he's iconic.
I've never heard of him.
In Japan, like when they think of Spider-Man, they're like, this is who Spider-Man is.
This is who Spider-Man is. They don't even think of like Tobey Maguire.
No. Like this is like they're a lot of them were weirded out by the Tobey Maguire movies because he didn't have a fucking robot. They were like, "What do you mean? Spider-Man has a robot? That's his fucking thing. That's the thing he does. He uses this arm thing."
Okay, but can this Spider-Man crawl walls?
I think he can.
So this dude is like already like proportional strength to a spider, and then just has a robot.
He just also has a fucking robot.
I'm cheesed.
I know, right?
He's like this is like the more accurate Bruce Wayne of Spider-Man. Like, you know, who's Spider-Man? We'll never know. But how does Spider-Man have a robot? You know, like you probably like find the serial number on the side of the robot. So, you know, like.
Well, there's only one. You want me to get a serial number? There's fucking one.
Yeah, like it would be a lot of fun to investigate who is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But like you would find out it's like the equivalent to a Bruce Wayne. Like, oh, it's that guy. But like, you know, no one ever like pins it on him. No one ever is like.
I feel like the Bruce Wayne Batman thing is like everybody talks shit about like Superman, like his disguise being dumb because it's glasses
and a hat.
And he doesn't always wear a hat. Like it's just glasses and he kind of moves his hair different, right? But like the thing I always say is like, well, why would anybody think Superman has a normal life and a job? He's Superman.
Yeah.
That's my argument is like okay, Clark Kent looks kind of like Superman. Like he's a clumsy loser or whatever. He's maybe looks a little chubby.
Like,
he's got glasses, right? And it's like okay, let's say you're like the guy who's like, man, Clark Kent looks kind of like Superman. Like you wouldn't immediately be like, oh, that's because Clark Kent is Superman. That'd be like if your friend looked like fucking Brad Pitt and you were like,
I do have a friend that looks like Brad Pitt.
Right, but you're not like, yo, he looks like Brad Pitt. He's probably Brad Pitt in disguise. Like, you're like, no, why would fucking Brad Pitt be walking around fucking doing this dumb bullshit?
I mean, I'd be surprised if my friend was Brad Pitt because, like, I mean, I wouldn't. Brad Pitt's like what, almost 6 feet, or he is maybe 6 feet. He's like, he's a delicious looking man, and he's like physically well built.
Yeah, and also he's an actor. Like, he has other shit to do.
Yeah, he's at a like, but my friend is like, I don't know, 5'9".
So like,
thin.
right? So it's like Superman, right? Because he'll do the little crouch guy or whatever, right? He like
he'll
different
look
posture.
like a dork on purpose.
Yeah. But you're not like, yo, he's secretly Brad Pitt and he's hiding the fact that he's always running off to do acting. Like, you're like, no, that's a stupid thing to think. You're just like, he looks kind of like Brad Pitt, like Clark Kent. Oh, he kind of looks like Superman. My buddy looks a little bit like Superman. And you're like, oh shit, that's cool.
But like, what about in those moments where like something's bad's happening? You're standing beside him. He's like, I gotta go, and he just like fucks off on you, and then he, you know, the day is saved, and he comes back. He's like, oh man, I had to go.
I mean, that's just classic superhero shit.
Yeah, I guess. But
that's like the whole thing. They do that in Invincible. They do that in everything. Did you watch Invincible yet?
No, I haven't got. Dude, that's,
bro, you guys gotta watch it.
Every time I like. Okay, so I do have a crap ton of data on my phone, and it's shareable with my tablet. But I normally end up burning through that on, like, I don't know, Google, social media, apps, like whatever. Like
you and Emily should watch it on the fucking television. And is what I'm telling you.
When I run out of my data, or when I'm getting close, is normally I start doing the movies on the tablet to like kill off whatever I've got left. And Invincible was on my list, but Amazon on slow data is a dick.
Oh yeah,
they like buffer.
Amazon Prime sucks ass, but you guys should watch it at home. That show's fucking sick.
Yeah, we're gonna it's on the list of things to do that we've got going on for this summer. So, but we started watching. Oh man, the Transformers guy's in it. Superhero show. It's like a family thing. Like, he's like, we're better than this. Don't.
Oh, fucking Jupiter's Legacy.
That's the one. I started that. I'm on like episode 6. That is a cool show. I love the concept of like how he's like, we fight and we do what we gotta do, but we do not kill. And then the one dude like wastes the bad guy, and you're like he's left thinking like, you cannot do that. We are better than that. And it's like, I find that like, I can only imagine myself as a hero, how hard it would not be. Like, I mean, if I'm one of them, like, I'm super powered, like, one punch is probably going to kill somebody. So, like, I find it hard to, like, be a hero and not accidentally kill someone. Like, I find it weird how they integrate that in stories where, like, heroes are holding back purposefully. Yeah. And then you're like, but if you didn't, we would just never have this problem again. Yeah. You know, like, and then it's like, what's the moral concept though? Is that a bad thing, or is it a good thing for humanity, or is it like overall bad thing? You know?
I mean, like, you know, I think personally, like, I like the Superman thing of like, he's nice. That's my thing. I love Superman. I love that he's nice. I love that, you know. The classic Superman panel that I would say is like the thing that you show people if you're like, what's Superman all about? You don't show Superman punching people because that's like not what he does. And that's not interesting. Because everyone's like, oh, Superman's not interesting because he's too strong. Meanwhile, like, I hate that because like everybody likes Batman, and I'm like, you guys are engaging with the material in a weird way. When you say like, oh, Superman's too strong, he'll just beat anybody, but Batman has no powers and he's like cool. Yeah, and it's like Batman wins all the fucking time. Like, he also just never doesn't win. Like, he's narratively just as protected as Superman. Like, yeah. If Batman gets into a fight with a guy, Batman in like the modern way is going to win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't get his ass kicked that much unless it's the really incredible Tom King run of Batman where he does get his ass kicked a lot.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I fully respect Batman. I do not think Batman should be able to whoop ass at all times of the day. Like, you've got him. Okay, I fully support the amount of detail that's gone into to what has become Batman's training, like what he's done. Like, you know, he's League of Shadows. He's super jacked. Where
trained
he can
with all
push,
these guys.
like,
he's jacked. He's got all these gadgets and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, he's kicking the Flash's ass. How?
Yeah,
that's not right. This guy's a super speeder.
In the button,
speedster.
In the button, he does get his ass kicked by Reverse Flash, but he does manage to do the closest to, like, but he got a few good hits in, though, which is he manages to stab Reverse Flash in the foot with a batarang.
See, that's okay. To me, in a moment of, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, if I'm Batman, like, that is a lucky move.
Yeah,
and I love how it's written in like that, but I mean, it's not conveyed that way. I feel like it should be conveyed like, I'm Batman, but that was a lucky hit because I was about to get toasted.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Superman, I don't argue the fact that he's too strong. I argue the fact that he's kind of boring. It's really hard for me to, like, because almost everything I've ever read on Superman, or like anything I've looked at, it's like, oh, you know, he kicked Doomsday's ass, but, like, then they tell you he wasn't really trying. And it's like, what do you mean he wasn't really trying? That dude almost crushed his skull. Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, but then Superman, like, you know, oh man, there's a movie. There's with the British dude. It's an animated movie, a Superman animated movie, and I watched it, and there's a British dude in it. They've all got, like, psychic. They have, like, psychic powers. Yeah. Or
is it Superman versus the Elite?
I think so.
Oh, shit. Then you would know who Manchester Black is, because he's one of those guys. We were talking about him off stream because Manchester Black is in Superman and the Authority.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like, the Elite, they whoop Superman's ass, and it's like at the point where he's got his ass so handed to him because he wasn't trying. He's like, okay, I'm gonna try now, and then he just shows up and he's like the one guy, damn it, I can't remember his name, but it's a famous line. He's like, that was like 16 suns exploding in his face. Yeah. That guy gets thrown into, like, what looks like space, but he's, you know, Superman threw him, went over there, caught him, brought him back to their ship or whatever, and then went back, and this all happened in like a nanosecond. Yeah. And it's like,
it's Goku shit, but
how I like you, Superman. Like, 'cause I love the story. I love the fact that he's like, Kal-El is the person, the disguise is being human. And
so my interpretation of Superman is a little like there's this, like, popular interpretation. Mine is that, like, Superman is in the middle because he's this guy who grew up working class on a farm, right, and then decided to become a journalist, and, like, is this kind of goofy nerdy guy, and, like, that's partly true, but he plays up the clumsy, right? He plays up the glasses, right? And then there's Superman, this really beacon of hope where he knows everything and he's, like, always going to do the right thing. And that's also a mask. And the real guy is somewhere in between. That's, like, the reading I go with for that, because I think it's the most interesting. Because then you have this guy who, like, he spends half his time pretending to be less than he is, and the other half of his time pretending to be more than he is, right?
You know what? I've never thought of it that way. Like,
right?
I mean,
because he's got to be
the
the symbol.
More interesting.
Yeah,
but
because where he, like, who he is at heart is this farm boy who has the ability to do what's right, and then has to figure out what that is.
Yeah,
and that's compelling to me, because I'm like, he's this fucking guy who, like, you know, he has all the power in the world and he owes the world nothing, right? And he decides, I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to fucking I'm not going to fight for me. I'm going to fight for everybody else who needs it. And, like, that's cool. And the scene in, like, All-Star Superman when he talks that woman off of, like, jumping off a building and he just talks to her. I'm like, that's fucking Superman.
That's an animated movie, right?
Oh, well, it's a comic, but yeah.
Oh. I swear.
I think they did an animated one as well.
I think I've seen that.
Because that scene's incredible, and that tells you like who the fucking character is, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want from my Superman. Like, is the nice fucking guy who's always going to be trying to talk people down because he's just super fucking strong. Like, he doesn't need to win fights, right?
Well, I don't know. See, like, that's the thing. Like, with the whole like hero aspect, on the stories that I've grown with, the heroes need to win the fight. It's almost crucial.
No, but what I mean is, like, it doesn't, for Superman, winning isn't really a question. It's like, can I get away with this without anybody being hurt, right? Without having to even make it a fight.
That makes sense. I don't know.
That's what I want, but it's so hard to write a book like that, and that's why there's so much not that great Superman content. Well, and it's frustrating to me because I'm like, this character is so compelling, but like, it's so hard to find a generic enough story that you can frame him in, because anything that's cool is going to be an in-depth look at this character because he's interesting.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I mean, if I could read a Superman story like that wasn't so like, again, blah, and it's like,
then
I mean,
he fights,
the story is
like,
compelling, like the actual build.
Or like Doomsday. Doomsday, it's just like they both punch each other really hard and then they both die. Like that's the death of Superman. Yeah, sure, but it's like, it's boring because it's like, who fucking cares? They like, it's this guy and then they fight. It's just like, that's not that interesting to me. But when it's like, Superman wants to talk a person down because he knows he's just gonna fucking win, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Like, but like, it just, if I could read a story of Superman like that actually had those fundamental elements where it's like, there's more to this absurdly powerful well, not even human being, but like an absurdly powerful entity, I would be into that. But
I would say absolutely pick up All-Star Superman. It's like really fucking weird, but it's also great.
Okay, yeah, because like a lot of the stories I have read, or well, the very minor knowledge I do have, it's the story build up, Superman is not trying, and then all of a sudden he's like, you know what, fuck this, and then he just punches someone out, and then the story's over.
Well, it's just like, it's the same as like, I know you really like Dragon Ball Z, but I'm like not a big Dragon Ball Z guy, and to me, like, bad Superman stories are like Dragon Ball Z, where it's just like, these two guys fucking, you know, I didn't try, I need to train, is what Dragon Ball Z does, but Superman, it's like, I need to try harder. And then it's like, and then like everything gets fucked up, like the city gets messed up. Like, it's what I hated about Man of Steel. It's like, Man of Steel sucks.
Okay, there I will argue with you, because I actually genuinely like that movie. I can't stand that movie. I think it's okay. I don't particularly love the whole like how he became Superman. It's actually, to me, what I really enjoyed about it, aside from the story buildup, is he has to contend with people on his level. Yeah. And I love the disregard to the entire vicinity that he's in. So like, his heat vision cuts a building down. Yeah. And it's like, beings of that caliber, when you're like watching an animated story or you're reading it in the comics,
it's not the same.
It's not the same at all, because they're keeping to themselves. To watch it on the big screen, and they have, I mean, I'm sure I'm sure Superman himself has regard, but like, I'm fighting a guy that's literally as strong as me, or so I think, because I like, he is stronger than that. Yeah. But having to contend with that and know that there is, like, I have to fight on that level because this guy's fucking everything up, and I have to do that too.
It's just my problem with Man of Steel. I have a million problems, but it's like the fact that he's like just fucking, he doesn't, like, the dad dying scene is so dumb, where he's like, no, don't save me from the fucking tornado.
Okay, that is
so stupid. Like, the thing about his dad dying of a heart attack is because he can't stop it. It's just his heart. Like, the dad dies of a heart attack. That's the thing that happens in the comics, right?
Yeah.
Is like, that's just not a thing Superman can fix, right? He needs to realize he can't save everybody. That's interesting. Him dying of a fucking tornado, and like, you should have let them all the fucking kids drown or whatever. I hate that shit in the flashbacks. I hate the way they portray his dad.
Yeah.
I can't stand like him being a fucking weird asshole and destroying that one guy's truck that one point. I'm not a huge fan of him being like wandering and not just like going through high school and then going to university like a normal person.
And trying to be normal.
Yeah, I think that's more interesting.
Well, I think that's cinema though. Like, I mean, like,
yeah,
you have this absurdly powerful entity that's on our planet.
Yeah.
Is it a great story to watch on TV?
It's because Zack Snyder is like trying to do the Jesus thing where he like, you know, walks around and fucking meets all these people or whatever, right? But like,
I hated that Jesus moment.
The Jesus moments are so dumb.
Where Superman comes down and he lands in like Brazil.
That's in Batman v Superman. But that's stupid. That's stupid.
It's ridiculous.
He gets to be Jesus again in Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Was that movie good? I mean, I was gonna watch it.
The Snyder Cut? So, it depends. You liked Man of Steel. Did you like Batman v Superman?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then you probably won't like the Snyder Cut, or it's 50-50. It's really, what it is 4 hours long. Is like the first thing you should know.
Holy. I don't have 4 hours in my day for a movie.
I fucking watched the whole goddamn thing for this podcast. And what I had to say was, it's 4 hours long. It's slightly better than the version of Justice League we got in the movie theater. But it's 4 hours fucking long. And it's still Zack Snyder doing all his Zack Snyder choices that I don't like in general. Is it a good movie? No, because a good movie shouldn't be 4 hours long. If you're making a fucking superhero movie, like there are some good movies.
Like Avengers was like the
3 hours,
Infinity
and you
War,
could have cut
Endgame was 3 hours,
and you could cut some scenes from Endgame.
You could lose a good chunk of
it. A good chunk of that movie, and it might be a little bit better.
And not ruin the entire story, like the entire narrative. Like, you'd still get the same effect. I agree with you there. But
there's some really weird choices in the Snyder Cut, because the Snyder Cut, despite the fact that, like, the movie is PG-13 or whatever, the Snyder Cut's R-rated. And so what that means is that they insert someone saying fuck into a scene.
That's it? It's the only fuck in the movie?
No, they say the word fuck in one scene, but it's like very clearly like the shot changes. So it's like clearly added with the new reshoots that they did for the Snyder Cut.
Okay.
And then there's a scene at the end which is fully new that they shot for the 4 hour version, like that they did again when they were doing reshoots to do like the Zack Snyder version because everybody yelled about it.
Yeah.
And so there's a scene. You remember how in like Batman v Superman, there's like they go into there's that like scene that's like in the future where like Superman's evil and there's like the Doomsday Omega symbol on the ground, and then like Batman's got goggles and the trench coat and he's got a gun and he's shooting people.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they do another scene there. At the end, it's like kind of the last thing that happens or it's the second to last thing that happens in the Snyder Cut, where there's Batman in the trench coat with the goggles, and they're like going to fight Superman, who's evil, right? And they it's Batman, Mira, who's like Aquaman's girlfriend, wife, or whatever, because Aquaman's like supposed to be dead. There's Flash in a weird outfit. There's Cyborg in a weird outfit. He's like wearing a big coat.
I do remember like
Deathstroke. No, like this is all new. They have like Cyborg,
no,
Deathstroke.
I mean, like, I've like YouTubed it. Like, I know I've seen something around these lines. I don't know it though.
And then there's all of them, and then Batman and Joker.
Oh yeah. Where Joker's sitting on the thing and he's like,
and they have some of the dumbest fucking lines in a movie for Batman and Joker, but also in general. And it's like Batman's like, I promised Harley Quinn after you killed her that I'd fucking kill you, or whatever.
I do remember this. This, and I was like cringing the entire time.
It's so cringy. And then like Joker's like, oh, Batman, if you got rid of me, who'd fucking jack you off?
Yeah,
It's like
I am so like appalled at that. I remember because I remember the Snyder Cut came out and they like people were like, because I knew I wasn't gonna watch it even though I said I was gonna. I remember people like, oh, Joker's in. I'm like, well, here I go to YouTube and I watched the YouTube clip. I'm like, What the hell?
Yeah,
is
Joker's
this?
like, "Oh, jack you off," and then Batman's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Yeah, and then Joker has this whole like philosophy he drops on Batman. It's just like,
he's like, "You need me," like the classic thing or whatever, which is like not that bad. But again, the jack you off and I'll fucking kill you is so ridiculous in a fucking movie for kids. Like it's a fucking superhero movie. Like it's why like it shouldn't be 4 hours long because it's a fucking superhero movie. It's a blockbuster. It shouldn't be 4 hours long. It's like Avengers Endgame was really pushing it at 3. Like 3 is the longest you could probably go. And again, you can make an argument that it should be shorter.
I would argue that it could be shorter. There are scenes that you could take out that really make the movie.
Well, and like Avengers Endgame has like really like Avengers Endgame, like as much as I personally enjoy the Marvel movies, but as a movie, Avengers Endgame doesn't really have a flow or structure to it. It's just kind of a bunch of things that happen. Right.
Yeah, like they took a lot of elements, stuffed them into one.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of shit pushed together, and then there's the ending.
Basically.
Yeah, like it's like a bunch of random scenes, kind of in like a weird order at the beginning, and then through the beginning through the middle, and then the ending happens. Right.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't really flow as a movie would. It's like kind of just jumbled up, but it works because you've seen 100 movies before it, right?
Yeah, like they have this whole pre-story to lead up to this that
makes it
makes
work.
it okay to take I'm gonna take some of this, I'm gonna take some of that, and I'm just gonna throw it in and I'm just gonna make a movie out of it.
But it's like pretty much incomprehensible if you haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, like I agree with that. Like if you've never seen I don't know, at least half of them, Infinity War and Endgame don't really make sense.
Yeah. It which is funny because like a lot of other sequels really try to be more inviting. Like Empire Strikes Back still works if you haven't seen the first Star Wars. Like, are there things you're going to be confused
like
about?
The prequels,
sure.
You mean?
No. I mean like the episode 5.
Oh, okay.
5 works if you haven't seen 4. Like, even though it's like, oh, all these characters are introduced. Like, it's got the opening crawl. It's like, okay, I can still figure out this movie because like I can pick up on subtle details. Avengers Endgame is fucking so hard to understand if you haven't seen the others.
It's bananas if you don't know what's going on. Yeah.
It's really uninviting. So it's like again, it's not to say that movie sucks or anything, but
that movie made me cry.
It's great. I liked it a lot.
Well, I mean, I was with this whole adventure from the very first movie.
Yeah, I saw fucking Iron Man in theaters, so like I was there.
Oh,
like
I think I did every movie in theaters. I didn't miss one.
I think I
missed Guardians. Guardians I did not watch.
I missed
in theaters.
A couple because like part of my issue was like some of these movies came out like while I was away and I couldn't see them with my friends, so I didn't end up seeing them. So like I missed Guardians 2 in theaters. I watched on Blu-ray. I missed Ant-Man and the Wasp in theaters. I watched it on Netflix back when it was on Netflix. Now it's on Disney Plus. I'm trying to remember what else. I feel like there's one other one that I missed in theaters.
I know I missed.
Was
Guardians.
it Ant-Man 1 as well? I think Ant-Man 1 as well. I missed both Ant-Man.
Oh, you're asking if you missed it?
Yeah. I think I missed both Ant-Man movies in theaters, and I missed Guardians 2.
I know I missed Guardians, and I know I missed Dark World.
Because I saw Thor: The Dark World in theaters.
Nobody wanted to watch Dark World.
I saw Dark World in theaters. I
don't think Dark World is that bad. Like, I mean, it's the worst one, but it's not that bad.
It's more that it's just kind of bland and forgettable and whatever.
I would say Captain America, the first Avengers.
I completely disagree with you.
Huh?
Completely disagree with you. I love that movie.
The first one?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that awesome.
I think it's really cool. But I like the guy who directed it because he did The Rocketeer. Have you ever seen The Rocketeer? It's on Disney Plus. Really cool movie because, and it's similar. It's a 1940s superhero type story, with like old Art Deco style designs and like leaning into that. And when you watch like Captain America: The First Avenger, there's so much interesting like design work and like filmmaking being done. Like with the weird giant tank and like when they go to the expo and you see like all the old timey shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, there's so much cool shit in that movie. I don't know. I like it and I think the flow's cool. I like Cap and Peggy together.
I think don't get me wrong. I think the movie isn't like for personal reasons because I'm team Captain all the way.
Mm-hmm. But I'm also an apologist for Iron Man 3. I think that movie's quite good. Like, I think a lot of people hate that fucking movie.
No, people. I think that's a general like. That
like
movie's
Iron Man
not good.
2 sucks in my opinion, but 3 I liked.
That's a bad movie.
Yeah, 3 I think is great.
You know what? I feel like when I looked up Whiplash and I read more of his stories, or like.
Well, the problem is that they
Whiplash,
mixed Crimson Dynamo and Whiplash.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like we could have gotten more out of this really cool villain, but then you gave us Justin Hammer, which is fine because I mean, Hammer Industries does have a big prominent role against Iron Man, and that's great.
Well, the thing is Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer is entertaining, whereas I don't really like Whiplash. I don't find him cool. I think he's boring.
Well, yeah, but like I feel like they could have done more for him so that it wasn't just like a one and done.
Yeah, I still think like with Iron Man 3, like that was supposed to be there was like the woman who's the second in command. She was supposed to be the main bad guy. But they got word from up high.
I don't remember her name.
I think it's like Maya something.
That's the chick that like in the movie was doing the plant work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She was supposed to be the villain, but they were like, "Oh, we can't. People aren't going to want to buy action figures of a woman," which is dumb.
Dude, I love having. Oh, this is what I was gonna touch base on that, but I'm gonna let you keep going. But there was something about what you're about to go with about the toys.
Yeah, I hate that shit, but really, I just think Iron Man 3 is pretty cool. I think it's fun. Like, I think it's like an interesting idea. I think it works. And people who don't like the Mandarin twist, where it's an actor playing on people's fears of fucking terrorists. I think that's genius.
That pissed me off, man.
I think that's brilliant. Because
solid play.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Solid play, but as like, I guess if you're not in, like, you don't know the background stories, then solid play. But for the people that I feel like have some minuscule knowledge, you like.
I knew who the comic book Mandarin was.
Annoying.
I knew who the comic book Mandarin was, and I was like, oh, I want to see him because he loves like he has robots and shit, and he's like a weird dude.
I thought when I saw the trailers and when I went to the movie, I was really like Extremis, AIM, Mandarin. It all makes sense. It's kind of a weird jumble because I don't actually think that they ever hang out.
The Mandarin wasn't part of Extremis at all. I think.
Well, yeah. Like I was just like AIM and the Mandarin being pals and fucking up Tony. I don't know about that, but the movie's rolling in a good direction. And then it was just like he's an actor, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. No,
how did you do that to me?
See, I liked it because I was like, oh shit! Like I was like, yo, that makes so much sense with the way they've like set this up. Like, and now we're gonna get the real Mandarin in Shang-Chi.
Oh, I'm so excited for. Okay.
Yeah.
I have prided myself on in the last in the Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
Up to then, I've prided myself being like, I know what's going on. I know what's happening. Like the moment I saw Thanos, I was like, in Avengers, when he like turns
Avengers
and smiles.
Yeah.
I was like, no, they won't. How are they going to do this? This is crazy. And then they started like
working their
little
way
by
through
little. Did they introduce the Infinity Stones, and they were already there? We just didn't know it. And I was like, I prided myself on knowing these things are coming. This is what's happening. We're gonna get to that. It's all coming to the Infinity War. And and what a brilliant story to tell cinematically.
Over
off
a long
the
time.
hop. That to do these massive. Like this tumultuous journey to end it there on Thanos himself was
cool,
amazing. And then we got what happened next. Like there's been a few things that haven't really fully pushed into the phase, but then we got WandaVision, which if you haven't watched it, you should. Every episode, you don't even need to know what's going on in the Marvel universe because
it's pretty separate.
The Infinity Saga is done.
Yeah, so Spider-Man Far From Home happened. So you're like, okay, I know what Spider-Man's going to be doing, right? He did the Mysterio. Now his shit's out. Far From Home, we don't know exactly what's going to happen in it, right? But
No Way Home.
Or No Way Home. Fuck. No Way Home, we don't know exactly what's going to happen in it. Maybe it's going to be that Spider-Verse thing that's been rumored. Who knows? We know at least Doctor Strange is going to be there.
I am. You can like they can argue
Yep.
whatever they want. I know Toby and Andrew are gonna. If they're not there, I will be crushed.
Don't. Because it's not confirmed. It's not
crushed.
Confirmed, dude.
It's
don't
not,
let yourself.
They're so good. Whatever they're doing right, they're being really good at being sneaky, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because you can normally
because they haven't
Google
shown
in a week later
anything. Yeah, like they haven't shown anything from that movie, and it's coming out in December.
Was it Feige? I think Feige said last week that this is going to be the one Marvel movie they do not do a trailer for. It's just going to drop.
No fucking. That's bullshit.
I'm pretty sure that was said.
On.
I don't fully know that. Don't quote me, but
I'm gonna look that up.
I'm pretty sure Feige said.
That's so bold.
This is gonna be a no trailer movie.
How the fuck? So I did look it up. They have not said that there's gonna be no trailer.
Oh really? Okay, yeah. I saw it on Instagram from like a Marvel thing that I follow, and I was baffled and I was hurt because it's like. There's this movie has so much going on for it, and it's just like you can't do that. You can't tease us all year, 2 years now almost, and then like you've been playing with our balls for like 2 years, and then you're just gonna,
I think what it is that there's still 2 movies that are coming out before Spider-Man.
Well, yeah. What is it? Shang-Chi and
Eternals.
Okay, I don't know anything about the Eternals, and I really wish that I versed up on it, but...
Yeah, I just got the 2 big Eternals books. I'm going to read it on my phone. The Jack Kirby original and the Neil Gaiman one from the 2000s.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm wondering if it should be on the app, right?
Yeah.
I'll get to it after. But, yeah, like, this movie has so much going on for it, and...
I think the Eternals is interesting because it like plays into like what the origin of the fucking world is, because it has like it's about the Celestials, right? Which is cool because the only knowledge of the Celestials we have is that Ego is one, and
Nowhere
is a Celestial's head. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, like
By the way, the Suicide Squad just came out by James Gunn, and I fucking so badly want to see it, dude.
Oh. Okay,
it looks so good.
I don't want to I don't love Suicide Squad, but I will go see it.
The first Suicide Squad movie wasn't good, but this new one, but this new Suicide Squad movie looks fucking great, and it's James Gunn who did both Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Dude, yeah, he's a great director.
Great.
I will go see it. Like, I mean, if you want to, like,
I want to see it.
If we can plan on a day to go see it, and
absolutely,
theater, because I have not been in a theater in over 2 years.
I want to. I will fucking book the VIP seats. Bro.
Oh my god, yeah. The one time me and Emily went VIP, I don't remember it was a Marvel movie. I just don't remember which one. And it was so cool to walk in there and like you sit at the bar, you drink a beer.
They'll bring your fucking shit to you at the
you order like a nice little meal for yourself, and then it's like, oh, it's movie time. Okay, cool. Yep. So you go up there, and then they bring you a fucking menu, and you're like,
oh, I'm gonna have this.
Like 5 rows down, or sorry, 5 seats down. This lady's just like sitting there with a cup of wine, just just drinking like she's fucking the Lady Dimitrescu. Just
the last movie that I saw in theaters before quarantine was Birds of Prey, which I loved. That movie's fucking great.
I watched it. I was genuinely taken by it.
Tell me it's not good. Fucking great, dude.
Like, it was. I had my reservations about watching it because I think personally Margot Robbie overplays Harley. Like she goes.
See, I like her. I like her a lot as Harley.
I think she does a great job.
Yeah.
I think some moments in a lot of the instances that she has been Harley have been really like you didn't need to go that far.
Yeah.
In the character.
What I like is that you can tell she loves it. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. When I watched Birds of Prey, I was like, okay.
She's having a great time.
I'm sold. It's like she's doing great.
Yeah.
I love that she got the hyena because I know that's part of her story.
Yeah.
So I was really happy that she got the hyena. I'm really happy that they ate the dude.
Yeah.
The hyena ate the dude. And The only thing that really hurt me was Black Canary only used her scream once. I was bummed.
They wanted to build up to it. I'm just so cheesed that there's no fucking sequel announced because that movie performed really poorly in the box office, which is a damn shame because I loved it. Because I was like, yo, Birds of Prey, like the way it tells the story in the kind of like out of order type deal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, that's sick. I liked the characters. I liked that it wasn't just a Harley movie, that it was all of them. You know what I mean? Like, it was like about the group of them.
Huntress is the chick that plays
Huntress.
She's the Scott Pilgrim girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's Ramona Flowers.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah. She's great. I love the bit.
I thought she was solid.
She's
solid.
Especially because she gets some of the funniest bits because she's the serious character.
She's that character.
She's serious, but she has no idea how to be a normal person.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's my name? What's my name? And then it's like, the crossbow killer. No, my name's Huntress. It's Huntress.
I did enjoy that. Actually, another movie I just recently watched with a Marvel actor.
Yeah.
Gunpowder Milkshake.
Oh, is that any good? I heard it's just like okay.
It's like a yes and no for me. Like it's good if you want to pass the time and you want to watch a movie where it's like nonsensical. It's not gory, but just a nonsensical
big action movie.
Beat 'em up with a lot of blood. Mm-hmm. It's good then.
Birds of Prey is really fucking gory at times.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But this one, it's with Karen Gillan. I think
I like Karen Gillan a lot.
I love her so much. Karen, if you ever hear this, I have the biggest crush on you. She is just awesome.
Yeah.
Downside, she sounds like Nebula all the time. And almost in every movie I've seen her since knowing that she is Nebula, because I never like looked at the cast.
That's so funny.
Is like in Jumanji, she does the Nebula voice. I don't know if it's by accident or it's because that's how she sounds when she talks quietly.
Yeah, that's just her like talking kind of quiet with a deep voice.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? It's not working for me, but just looking at her, I'm like, you know what? I'm sold.
She's great. So that's funny because I knew she was Nebula before the movie came out, before Guardians 1 came out.
Oh no, yes.
Because I watched Doctor Who. I don't like Doctor Who that much anymore, but like just because like I think it kind of sucks. Even some of the stuff she's in, but I like her in it. She's great. So like I was like, oh, they got her as Nebula. That's neat. She can't. I think she's bad at American accents. Though is the only thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So if you watch Gunpowder Milkshake, her accent isn't amazing.
Yeah.
But like, she masks not being good at the American accent with that low, deep voice that she does. Oh. And it's just so like
that's so close to Nebula. Yeah, you're like because Nebula, she already plays down her Scottish accent.
Yeah, like you're so like, I'm looking at Nebula. You have hair and you're not blue. You know, like
yeah.
But
I liked that she was one of the main characters of Endgame because that was like kind of surprising about it.
Well, I mean, according to the story, right?
Yeah.
Like Nebula's actually the one that takes the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos.
Oh yeah, well,
in the comic.
Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah.
If they didn't do that,
have her be more. Yeah.
I would have been upset. But I liked how they did the whole like doppelganger move.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was a solid move, but. Yeah, no. That movie, not so bad if you want to watch people get the shit kicked out of them for 2 hours. I started watching The Losers.
Oh, I watched that back when that came out.
Okay. Chris Evans has like a solid connection to like my soul. I love seeing me and Emily went back and watched Fantastic Four.
Oh, those movies are not that good. I would say the second one's slightly better.
I would say the first one's better than the second one hurts my soul.
Really? So, like, obviously, Cloud Galactus, tragic. But Silver Surfer looks fucking great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And compared to, like, Doctor Doom and the big fight with Doctor Doom, I think kind of sucks. But the stuff with Silver Surfer in the second one is, like, cool. I think the jokes are a little funnier.
I don't know. I like the first... I do... Okay, everyone's going to hate me for it, and that's fine. I do genuinely like Chris Evans as Johnny Storm.
Me too.
Because he plays that
The
character
cocky...
what he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a little jockey asshole.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I think he's great. Yeah. I think most people would agree that
And
he's good in that role.
I don't know the actor's name that plays Reed.
He's great.
I think that's a solid play.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is. What's her name?
Jessica Alba?
Jessica Alba, not a great Sue Storm. That hurt my soul a little.
I think the thing is like it's directed by I think the guy who did like the first Fast and Furious or something. Like I don't know. Like it's by this like really action director, and he was like,
that
we
explains
want
a lot.
hot
the whole
girl
family thing.
Yeah, but he's like, I think there was like an interview where it was like she has to cry in the second movie, and he was like said something about like you don't have to cry, you have to like look hot, like we don't pay you to be a good actor or whatever, like which is fucking bullshit.
That's what he said. That
he said some shit like that to her
like
behind
documented
the scenes.
somewhere.
I think that's somewhere. Maybe
that's
I'm
ridiculous.
Fucking yeah, like which shows like oh well that's why Sue gets like nothing to do in those movies.
Even though she's probably one of the most powerful
she's the
characters
most, yeah.
in Marvel. She's
the one thing she gets is like she's naked at that one point. Or like in her underwear.
Okay, but Jessica Alba naked.
I'm not saying she's not hot. I'm saying it's Sue Storm, dude.
I know. Like, okay, no, I fully,
give her something to do.
I fully like. I didn't actually know that, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe why the movies aren't
that good,
that great. Like, I mean, Sue was so underused. You're absolutely right, because she is.
Although I do think they did a great job with Ben Grimm thing. Like the Thing is great.
The look and the talking.
Yeah,
I loved it. Did I love Ben Grimm himself? Not my favorite.
I think he did. I don't know. I think you can kind of, even though the suit's like, whatever. I think you can kind of feel when he's like sad and he meets the blind lady,
the blind girl,
who's like his main love interest in the comics. Like I think that works in the movie. Like I think it's like pretty well done.
That's good.
That storyline.
I didn't like. I mean, maybe this is just me not being like.
Yeah.
Like I'm well versed in. Makeup and what's the other word? Prosthetics. Is that he looked like a box?
Oh yeah, like the suit, like the look. They tried. Like you can see where they're trying because you're like it does look pretty accurate.
Good. It just
doesn't look good. Like it's like it looks close to the comics, but it's like it looks really ugly and like very obviously fake.
Yeah. Like it. That's the only thing with me. I liked Ben Grimm the entire time. The only one that honestly hurts my soul is Sue Storm.
Yeah,
because I don't think
and the stretching looks awful. Like it looks really fucking bad on Reed. Like the stretch, it looks terrible.
I thought the cheekiest thing was like, so does everything extend or whatever that one girl said, like, does everything like grow on you? And he's like, and he just kind of like waddles away like all awkward.
Yeah,
I was like, okay. We know it's a dick joke. Yeah. I think anyone that looks at Reed Richards and knows that he can stretch, you can make a dick joke. Did you have to put it in a movie? No. That had no taste. Yeah. And it bothered me. I just remembered I was going to bring it up before and I forgot. Okay. When we're talking about action figures, dude, I had 2 action figures. They were my absolute favorite action figures. They were girls. Okay. And I say this now, like any video game I play where you have an option to be a girl, I always pick girl. Because, dude, how awesome it is to be like a girl that just whoops ass or is really good at something. Did you ever watch a show, and I think this is might
be before my time.
Yeah, maybe. It has something to do with the elements, and I can never remember the name. That's not Avatar, because I was a wee lad. Yeah. I was like maybe 10. But the show was like these like 4 knights.
And is it Knights of the Zodiac?
No, it's not Knights of the Zodiac. It's not a cartoon. It's live action.
Oh, live action.
And the one guy would be like he had this blade that's like crazy, like the Aegis sword. Yeah. It looked kind of like that, and he'd be like, "Fire within me," and then, they would like do this really crazy like CGI animation, and then like he would like sprout this crazy gnarly gold and red armor. And then there would be another guy, the water guy. He's a black dude. He's like, water around me, because he'd normally transform when there's water around him, and he had a Triton, and then he would sprout this really gnarly like kind of Zora armor. There was a dude that the girl was my favorite. That's the chick I had. She said her thing was air above me or something like that. And she got this really cool, crazy, like long armor, but still obviously because it's a chick, she'd be a little exposed. And then she had I think a bow and arrow or crossbow. I don't remember. It's Elemental Knights maybe or something. I don't remember.
I'm trying to figure it out. We're looking for older stuff that's night themed. All of these are more recent.
I don't remember. Hang on. If I can.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
That's definitely not right.
Big Bad Beetleborgs.
No.
The Mystic Knights of... Fucking goddamn it.
That sounds right. Mystic Knights of Tirananog.
Tirnanog. Yeah. Mystic Knights of Tirnanog. An American fantasy adventure... Fantasy world of ancient Ireland.
Yes. Dude, I'm a big... Okay, I out myself again. I fucking love cartoons. I like... When I was a child, I actively woke up at 6 in the morning on a Saturday to watch
fucking
cartoons from 6 to 11.
Bro.
And then go out on my bike or something. Like.
So there's, Rohan.
Yeah, he's the fire guy.
Yeah, Rohan, Deirdre.
Okay, that's a black guy.
Ivar.
Angus is the Angus. I had his action figure. He's the Earth guy. Where's the chick? There's a chick.
Garrett.
No, she's up there. That's the chick.
This her? Yeah, this is Deirdre.
What is? Oh,
or what? Dariot. Sorry. The Princess
Deirdre.
of Kellis.
A whirlwind crossbow. That's
whirlwind
what it
crossbow, which shoots a burst of air.
I am going to.
Yeah, she got the white and gold armor.
I am gonna go home and straight up watch this. I'm gonna binge. Hopefully, it's on YouTube because I don't know where else to find it.
How many episodes is there? There's 50.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. I remember that, and it was.
I mean, 50 is a lot.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, this is another. Okay.
Yeah.
When I was like in like my teens, I watched like after hours YTV.
Yeah.
But like, it was like when they started like showing like all the like the animes and stuff, and like, so Dragon Ball Z was a big one. Obviously, I had to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Inuyasha is Canadian as fuck.
Amazing. I love it.
That's how you can tell, by the way, if someone grew up like if an anime fan grew up in Canada or the US, is like if they know Inuyasha, because like for whatever reason that was a big staple here.
Yeah.
Same with Knights of the Zodiac.
Emily loves Inuyasha. She genuinely really likes it, and I'm so happy that I like. Well, I was trying to get her into anime, and it was like, dude, you got to watch this one, and she was like blowing it off. I'm like, hey, sit your ass down and watch Inuyasha, please. Just get through the first couple episodes, and she did. Then she started like actually watching them all. But in Canada, Inuyasha never actually ended.
Yeah.
And it was a giant bummer. So I went on a fucking journey. And I found the final chapter. And I bought it for... I don't know what I bought it. Maybe her birthday or...
Yeah, because they did a final... They did a bunch of movies. And then they did the last like little mini season almost, right? Like it was like a 13 episodes of that ending.
Yeah, the final chapter.
Yeah.
I think it's 20.
Oh, 20?
And it was... I was sitting there next to her because I never got to see the ending.
Yeah.
Was just like, this is how it all ends? Really?
Yeah.
It was so good.
Then there's now there's the new show.
There's a new.
Yo, you know, dude. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Yasahime, I think is what it's called. Hime. Yeah, Princess Half Demon. Boom.
Is that him and like Inuyasha and Kagome had like a kid?
Yeah.
No way. No way.
If you look, yeah.
Sesshomaru's in there. Dude,
yeah,
Sesshomaru's the biggest asshole.
Yeah, so Sesshomaru, because the main character is actually Sesshomaru's kid.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I think this is the main character. Hold on, let me just...
Sesshomaru is such an asshole.
Yeah.
I love him because from the moment you meet him, he's just a giant dick. And by the end of everything, he's still a giant dick. He's just nice about it.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, it's
absolutely love that.
The story of Toa and Setsuna, who are Sesshomaru and Riri's twin daughters.
And Rin, really? Sesshomaru, man, that's weird.
Oh, is that Rin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then Maroha, who is Inuyasha and Kagomi's teenage daughter. Yeah, so it aired October to March.
Sesshomaru fucked Rin?
Yeah.
He met Rin when she was like 8, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, a decade later. Okay.
Several years after the end, their daughter, 4-year-old, they have 2 daughters, and they're 4 several years after the end. So
separated from her twin sister, and
then 10 years
stranded
passed.
in the modern era.
Yeah.
Dude, I would not want to be on Sesshomaru's bad side. He's like fucking what's his name? He's in Smash now. What's his name?
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth, exactly. Like he's like just as bad. I would not want to be on his bad side.
Yeah, him and Sephiroth and Virgil from Devil May Cry, I think, are all the same like character archetype.
I've never played a Devil May Cry. Okay, no, I think I played it here.
You played a little bit of DMC 5. Yeah,
I played at Ian's right on his computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like the game, love the concept, really enjoy that it became God of War in the end.
Well, like God of War became it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I never got a chance to get into it. Like I never actually moseyed my way into playing that game.
Yeah. You should check out the series, the HD collection. There's 4 special edition and there's 5.
Are they? Is that like a bundle on PlayStation?
Yeah, you can. So
it.
5 is separate, but I'll let you borrow my copy of 5 for PS4.
But there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3 gets sold together. 1 is good, but it's from like it was a PS2 launch title. Like it was one of it shipped with the PS2. And that's why God of War like not ripped off, but like it took inspiration from DMC 1 because it was already out. DMC 2 sucks. They like fucked it up completely.
That's unfortunate.
Like immediately, but then 3 is like arguably the best one.
I've heard that 3's. Is that the one
3's
where
great. It's a prequel. So it's just Dante and Virgil.
Yeah, is that the one where Dante and Virgil are sword fighting and they like make a dome because they're cutting rain?
Yeah. That's the opening cutscene.
Yeah, what did I see that in? I saw that in Dante versus Bayonetta on Screw Attack. And that's how I know of it. Which I think Dante won. And he should have won. Period. I don't like Bayonetta.
They're both the same. I love Bayonetta. Bayonetta's great. But Bayonetta is a spiritual successor. Because the guy who made DMC 1, he didn't make 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. But then like years later he made Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So Bayonetta is like a spiritual successor to Devil May Cry. So like I love both Bayonetta and Dante. They're both. Yeah. I adore both characters. I think both games are great. But yeah, DMC 5 is so.
I think Chris was supposed to lend me his copy of Bayonetta for Switch.
So the Switch version, Bayonetta 1 is download only. Bayonetta 2 is on the cart.
Okay, I think that's the one that he was supposed to lend me. But
yeah,
he didn't because I hadn't played one. I was like, oh, just hold off.
Yeah, you should get one on the Switch. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, like I need something to do in the car. Oh, well, no, I got BioShock. I have 3 BioShocks that I have to get through.
Yeah.
Okay, I like the game. so eerie. I love eerie games.
Yeah,
I like,
BioShock 1 is so good.
I like eerie in the sense that it just...
You got to talk to my mom. My mom and I played BioShock 1 together back when it came out.
Your mom played BioShock?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got her the collection on PS4 for Christmas one year.
Is your mom a little nerdy? I feel like she is. The closest thing I got to my mom playing a game was I had Need for Speed. Mm-hmm. Need for Speed 3, like, years back on PlayStation, and I got the wheel and the pedals. Oh shit. And the stick. Oh. So I was like, Mom, come play a game with me. She said, No, I don't play games. I'm like, my mom is a holier than thou kind of person. She's like, I'm better than you. No. But I actually managed to bring her down to my level because she saw the steering wheel and the pedals, and she, at this time, we had a van and she got rid of it and she got a stick. This is at the time, a stick Cavalier. No. Yeah, Cavalier. Yeah. She got a stick Cavalier, and I was like, Mom, you can't drive. You can't do a lap in this game. She's like, Yes, I can. Oh God. Watching my mom try to like steer and shift a video game was hilarious. Amazing. She was like, at first she actually tried to stay in lanes and like follow speed limits. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? It's Need for Speed, man. Hit the gas. And she was like, is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm like, do you see these cars lapping you? Yes, you're supposed to hit the gas, man. That's funny. And she got into it for like a couple of days, but then what turned her off on the game was she kept wrecking the car. Not like, I mean, like, because the game, like, you could wreck the car and you just get respawned. Yeah. But she just keep fucking up. And she was like, yeah, fuck this game. This game's dumb. And I was bummed. But that's the closest I ever gotten my mom playing a game. I've gotten her to watch Resident Evil.
While you were playing it?
Yeah, like the originals. Like, yeah. Okay, no. I got her on Resident Evil 4 and 3 and 2. And then when the remake came out that I had, she actually the Resident Evil 2 remake. Yeah. She actually came up to watch in my room when I was living in Burlington. Yeah. She watched a bit, and then her new man, Gary. Yeah. He actually came, like, this is like, I think maybe it was a bonding moment for him. Like, I don't know. Like, because he was new. And he came up and he, like, stood in my room and just watched the game for, like, 20 minutes. And I was like,
that's funny.
Do you want to sit down? Like, he's like, no, I'm good. And I was like, okay. And then I just kept playing, and me and Emily were like, this is cool. He's trying. We like him. We like him a lot. And yeah, so that's the closest I've ever gotten to my mom, like, playing a game with me. We've played Monopoly. That did not go well. Oh my God, I have a great story on that. Yeah. I don't, honestly, whoever's like listening, I don't even care if they know, because I'm about to out somebody. So, when I lived in Manitoba by myself, I had a good friend. His name was Graham, and he had a confusing relationship with a girlfriend. Yeah. Like they were a thing, but there were so many rocks there.
On and off type deal?
No. There was just like a lot of hurdles. Oh. They weren't on and off. They were together. It just like there was just a lot of trouble there. So me and the girl that I was with at the time because I moved there basically for the chick. Mm-hmm. And we weren't totally aware of what was going on with them. Like, I just knew some things through the Vine. Yeah. And whatever I knew, I told her. So he invited us over dude, this guy's like straight. He doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, nothing. Like, he's a
straight edge.
Yeah. And he like works out. So he's a big husky guy, and doesn't, at the time, I don't know about now, but didn't touch any substances. Yeah. So we get there, and he like calls us up. He's like, "Hey, do you want to have game night? We're gonna play Monopoly. Me and my girl and you guys. Do you want to come?" Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we show up, we play, and we're getting through it. And he's got this, like, it's just the personality he has. He's got this like.
Is he like competitive?
No, he's got like a. Okay, kind of like Ian. You know how like Ian will poke and prod and just piss you off just because he can? Yeah. Just because he knows he can get like a rise out of you, he'll do it. Exactly the same thing, except the chick was not having it. And it was shot Monopoly. So anytime you pass go, you do a shot. Oh. And he provided this bottle of Jack Daniels. And I was like, you drink? Like, wow, I was baffled. Anyway, we get obviously enough shots in that now he's poking and prodding, annoying her, and he's had some shots. We're to the point where I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know what he looks like when he's drunk, or if he has drank, what sober and not sober is. And he's annoying the shit out of her till it happened out of nowhere. She just stood up and snuffed him in the gut. Like,
wait,
just
like punched him?
Yo, she like Supermaned him. She like MMA Superman punched him in the gut, and it was the craziest thing. Because me and the girl I was with, we like looked at each other. Like it was like total Looney Tunes. We looked at each other, looked away, and we're like, and our jaws just dropped. And we were like, holy shit. And then he's like, okay, so game's over. She just punched me. I think you guys need to leave. And I was like, yeah, we're out the door, dude. Like,
oh, that's fucked.
Yeah, it was the most Monopoly ruins lives, man. I couldn't believe it. Like, I always thought it was a meme, a joke. Like, people were like, Monopoly's a friend ruiner. Like, you lose friends over it, and we kind of did in fact lose a friend that night.
That's wild. I always say, like, yo, people be playing fucking Monopoly out here. You don't even know. There's so many good board games out there that are, like, more indie. But Monopoly is such, like, basic bitch energy.
Yeah, I mean,
Did I tell you, on a fucking dating site, somebody was, like, I was on Tinder, I think. Somebody had, like, board games as something they like in their bottom. And so she texts me, she's like, oh, you like board games too? Like, what's up? Like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, oh, da, da, da. Like, what's your fave? And she was like, Monopoly. Fucking either Monopoly or it was like the game of life. Like, shit like that. Basic shit. Parker Brothers shit.
That's kind of boring.
And
I wouldn't.
And I'm like, oh, my favorite is Betrayal at House on the Hill, which I don't know if I still have on the shelf. But that's the one with the tiles. I don't know if you played it. Like, you explore the mansion.
Oh, no, we've played that.
Okay. Where you explore the mansion and then, like, partway through somebody turns out to be bad.
Yeah,
and you gotta fight against each other. I love that fucking game. That game's so good. It's a great board game. It only takes like an hour. If you're new to like the like more, kind of not basic bitch board game scene, Betrayal at House on the Hill. For those of you at home, fantastic. Pretty much like you can understand it pretty quick. It comes with all the dice. You like roll dice to do shit. It's fun. It's super fun. And so I said that. And she's like, no, I meant board game, silly. Like, I guess she thought it was a video game or a fucking movie or something. I don't know. And I'm like, it is a board game.
I would have been pissed.
It's really sick. Like, it's super cool. And I said, like, you and your friends explore a haunted mansion, and then partway through, one of you turns evil. It's super fun. And then she just didn't text me back.
She didn't.
She just didn't text me back. And I was like, bro, this game's so fucking sick.
That would have been a good icebreaker.
If you have the, like, of your interest is board games, you should know, like, even if you don't know that specific one, which is fine, like, I'm assuming somebody's going to be like, oh, my favorite is fucking Gloomhaven, baby. That, like, big giant box game that's like a fucking takes 5 hours to play and shit.
I've never heard of this game. What's the board game that takes, like, literally hours and hours? What is that?
Which one?
It's not Risk, is it?
Risk can take a long time. I haven't played it in ages.
Because I remember going to Blake's old place.
Yeah.
And we rolled in.
It was probably
and they
Risk.
were playing a game. It was him, Scott, and somebody else. And they were at it at that point for like 5 hours or something. Like, that's what they said.
I think it was probably Risk.
I don't fully remember. And they were at it for another 2-3 more hours while we were all there.
Risk's weird because, Risk has like no time limit. But yeah, there's a lot of cool games that take fucking forever and take fucking forever to learn. Like, Gloomhaven is the one where I'm like, if my friends were also super into like learning systems, that'd be cool to buy. But it's a fucking huge box, and I'd rather stick to like, I don't know. I'd rather get into D&D or whatever.
We haven't done that.
We need to,
and I do kind of miss it.
Yeah,
I watched a thing like on, I think it was on Instagram. It was just like a meme where like there's two kinds of D&D players. and both of them are not incorrect players.
Yeah.
There's the guys that just take it way too literally,
Yeah.
way too seriously, and it's like it's not as fun, but it gets the ball rolling. And
then there's
good.
people who are like fucking fully...
like Blake, who's trying to fuck the fucking bartender. Like he's not even, he's an NPC, dude. Leave him alone. The man is just trying to give me food.
Yeah, no, I like that because here's the thing: if Blake does it as like this is a character thing, and my character is just like a huge flirt, that's fun, and that's him like trying to embody the character. Because that's what I want is like you're playing characters. Like I want you to be like
you want to
think
like
in their
be in their headspace,
in their heads. So if that's the character Blake's playing, I think that's funny. And that works, and that's fun, and I just need to get better at like the improv immediately, because I got one where I was like, no, but could you introduce me to your friend because he looks rich, and that made him laugh and like almost actually sad, like like in real life his face changed, and I was like, that's perfect when I did
that's
that.
That's a new summer,
because I was like, yo, that's funny, that's like a thing someone would say, but
it actually was really fun to be in that headspace where okay, the band of us, because it's a band of you, we're gonna go and fight.
You gotta
this
like
monster,
try to work together,
and fighting the monster. Because I remember like what you were the dungeon master. You probably shouldn't do this one because it's you'll all die.
No. So I said, oh, that one's recommended for maybe being a little bit higher level. You might want to do the other one first. Because I was like, I showed you all of them and said the levels. Yeah,
that's what you did do. Yeah.
Because I was using the starter kit. If we start playing again, because we didn't finish the starter kit, I'd probably just like scrap the entire starter kit and fucking move on to the actual story stuff that I've made for you guys. Type deal.
Oh, like you've made your own story? Like
so like your backstories and shit. I did something that I've realized is a faux pas and like shitty. Is that like I came up with backstory for all my players in the game. They should have come up with their own one. Okay. And I was just being kind of like a fucking weird control freak, I guess, by accident. But I think you guys, I gave you all really cool stories, and I'm like, because you all have like things.
I do remember you giving me like a backstory.
Yeah. So you were like, oh, I want a thing where I have this fucking book, right? And I was like, I've got this cursed book for you. Like, I've got this fucked up book.
Yes, this
where
is all coming back to me.
Your coworker opened it and they died. And then you left town.
Yeah.
To try to figure out what the fuck's going on with the book. Because you're like, I need to be separate.
I can't just open it because I could die. But I have to carry the book around because I will find the meaning to it at some point. Like, there's something about this
And so
book.
that's something I'm crafting for you. It's not from anything else. I was figuring it out.
So, that's not bad. Like, it's kind of fun.
Like I had cool stories in like the little towns. Like if you guys went back, Emily's character had a husband, and she left him. Like she left to leave for whatever reason.
Emily, we have to talk. We're in some words, girl.
Your characters didn't like each other.
Yeah, no, she
because your character is like justice, but also I'm like from the woods.
I think I tried to like flirt with her like in mid game.
Well, because your character was like you lived in the woods, and then you were a professor, and you're bad at social shit.
Yeah,
so,
I was a bad socialist. So she just like straight up looked at me. She was like,
she was like
you.
And her character like grew up on the streets of like a town, so she's like kind of a lot more savvy than you, and so you were like trying to talk to her,
I'm gonna,
and she's
check my pockets. Now you're saying that she's probably pickpocketing me. I'm missing $15. Emily,
bro,
you owe me $15, man.
But I was like, I had shit for you where like with your stories, like when we could go back and like follow them, like her magic comes from she has a deal with Baphomet, right?
That's
like
cool.
A demon. Yeah. Because that's part of her character. That's like she's like a sorcerer or whatever, and sorcerers in D&D make a pact.
Did not realize she was into it with the devil.
Yeah,
that's new.
Well, Baphomet, he's not the devil. He's a demon. He's a cool demon. Yeah, but
cool.
So what that means is like she's got to make him happy, or else he'll get rid of her magic because she didn't learn it in a book.
Yeah,
right?
like it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off.
Which is funny because I know if you meet a wizard and he's like, "Oh, what books did you read to fucking learn your magic?" And she'd be like, "Books, fucking nerd," or whatever.
Yeah, you fool.
I just made a deal.
I got a demon on my side, bro.
So I was like, there's all these cool story things that I could do with the characters. Like, okay, for yours, for example, the idea that I had, and we would do this in a while, so maybe you'll forget by the time we do it, or I'll change my mind, or we'll just do it and you'll have this foreknowledge and you'll have to pretend you don't
I don't
know.
remember things usually.
Yeah. So the thing I had for you was like, I was like, if we go back to the town you're from, that you were a professor in, you're going to get arrested because your friend died. They think, and you're the last person with him. And you just left to try to figure shit out.
I'm a fucking suspect?
Yeah.
This is why I'm a wanderer.
Yeah.
That makes
I was like,
sense.
if we go back, no, because you didn't know, because you left to try to figure out what the fuck's going on with the book, right? And you left without telling anybody, and your friend's dead.
That's solid play.
I was like,
you covered your bases.
So I was like,
That's
what are they
good.
going to do? Are they going to try to break him out of jail? Are they going to try to do lawyer shit? Like, I was going to wait until we were further in so that they knew that they can do whatever they feel like.
I feel like back then there would be no lawyering, and if you
did,
it's
not that I make up the world. There's some lawyers. There's people who do that.
That's okay. That's cool.
But like, because the town you're from is a big town. You're from a town I made up called Barstone. Because guess what? Because guess what? He was a professor at a university, and what town has a university in it in real life? Boston. And so I was just like, fucking, let's make up a name. It's Barstone. It's just Boston said weird.
That's not a bad play. I'm feeling it. I feel
the university you were a professor at was Ardford. I thought you'd figure it out in 5 seconds. I was like, everybody's gonna figure this out. It's Ardford University in Barstone, just fucking Harvard University in Boston.
No, I'm not that.
I thought I was so dumb because I just couldn't think of names. I was like, they're gonna figure out.
That is a good like little cover that we like. I think we all head scratched when you told you like. I just remember being there and you were like,
"Yeah,
guys, it's Harvard in Boston," and we were like, "Yeah,
yeah." I think I did tell you because I was like, "That was your backstory," and I was like, "I'm so bad with names," and it's like, "No, you did great," and I was like.
Yeah, you threw it on us, and you were like, "Huh, huh," and we're like, "No clue." And then you like told us, and we're like,
"Yeah,
oh, makes sense."
But when you go back, you were gonna be suspect, and I was like, they're gonna arrest you, and we're gonna see what the group comes up with. But obviously, we want to have more things before, so that they realize like they have infinite options. Anything they can come up with, I have to deal with.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was like, that's cool. That's a cool idea for a little story. The problem is you're fucked. You're just sitting there the whole time. So we'd probably maybe do that. Like a time you couldn't make it, but everybody else could.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I would like. I think me and Emily talked about it within. I think in the last 2 weeks. I know
I would be 100% down.
We brought it up within the last fortnight, but we don't.
Yeah. I would be 100% down to do D&D again, man. It's fun, and I was like, I also have the starter kit for Cyberpunk, the tabletop RPG that Cyberpunk is based on.
Never heard of it.
Well, Cyberpunk, you know Cyberpunk 2077, the video game, right?
Yes, but I've never played it.
It's okay. It's based on a tabletop RPG like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I had no idea.
It's called that one. So it's so old. That one's called Cyberpunk 2020.
Huh.
The future year of 2020
is the next one's 2027.
Yeah.
We did have game night last week, but we went to Maddie's place.
Oh yeah.
And the first game we played was Avalon.
Oh, the Resistance, but the
spy. Same idea.
It's the same. So it is the same game. It's just that one's King Arthur themed. You know, I have the one where it's like kind of futuristic.
Yeah. Essentially the same idea, and it was actually quite a lot of fun to play. Like I think we only played one round.
I brought Secret Hitler to your house that one time, which is a similar type of game.
Is that the one I fell asleep?
Did you fall asleep?
I fell asleep in my chair. I think.
I don't remember.
Dude.
It was like the second time I went to your place before the second lockdown happened.
Yeah. That was definitely when I fell asleep in my chair. I have, okay, my body has like a natural like, okay, you're too drunk. You're not gonna vom. You're not gonna shit yourself. You're not gonna.
But you're just
gonna
fucking pass out.
I'm just gonna turn all engines off, and you're just gonna kill. That's my body does that. I can count. Okay, no, I can't count because I don't remember them. But there have been multiple occasions where
I've just fucking K'd.
Where I've been like doing something, and I remember the night, and then Emily just tells me like,
"Yeah, you
don't remember passing out in your chair?" I'm like, "No." The fuck? We were doing this, weren't we? She's like, no, dude, you fucking Kate hard. I had to like actually wrestle a drink out of your hand that you still hadn't finished. I was like, every time I'm like, no, that did not happen. That did not happen. She's like, no, dude, you Kate in your chair, and then I went to bed, and then you showed up hours later. But yeah, I got a crazy habit where I just fucking K in my chair. I don't vom, which is good.
That's good.
That's a solid move.
So when we play D&D, you can have some beers. It's just there's an amount that you're like, this is the...
You never know the amount. Like, I mean, did I eat that day? Was it a long day? Like,
honestly, that's so true.
Like, I mean, yesterday I crushed... Okay, I think I was in the double digits when I crushed. So, like, I mean, it's fair to say that I passed out. But it was good. But no, last week we played Avalon. It was really, it was a lot of fun. We met Maddie's new boyfriend. That was, dude's cool. Props to him if he ever hears this, because I'm gonna post it on my social media. And we met Cass's girlfriend, and she was not very good at hiding the fact that she was bad. Like we tried to explain the game as best as we could, and then 3, 2, 1, eyes open, and like I looked at her, and I just smelt the evil on her. I was just like, oh, that's you so are funny. Bad. And then like, unfortunately, Maddie's boyfriend, he's new to the group, and I like looked at him like, yeah, you're bad too. And then Maddie's trying to play the best game she has because she knows how the game works. I'm like, you're trying too hard. You're bad. I got all three of you locked in my head.
That's funny.
My first move, because I was the first one to go.
Yep. Took everybody except them.
No, I took Emily, I took Emma, I took Cass, and not myself. And everyone's like, yo, you're sus. I'm like, yeah. How? Let me explain to you right now. I've got it worked in my head. Bad. Trust me. And it got to, like, it made its way down the table. I was like, holy shit, they're going to think I'm actually bad because I fucked up. Like, I was trying to play like a solid, like, I'm good. Trust me. I'm making a solid, believable play on everyone that I'm giving the cards or the mission to. You gotta trust me. And then it made it like it was me, then Emily, then Maddie. I was like, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. She's gonna screw me somehow. Yeah. And luckily, everybody played the way I wanted them to play, and it made its way back to me. Well, not back to me fully, but like, yeah, it made its way. I was like, told you, and then we won. Nice. And then Maddie's boyfriend made us tandoori chicken.
Damn, hell yeah.
Okay, spicy as fuck. Yeah, delicious as fuck. Solid move. And then we played Cranium. Dude, okay.
Cranium is like less good.
No, I despise Cranium.
Oh, you hate it.
Oh, Ian hates it too. I hate Cranium. Okay. There is no instance while playing Cranium that I've actually genuinely had fun. Because I genuinely like to think of myself as smart. Like I know my shit. I'm not genius. I don't know every factoid in the world, but I know a good amount of things that really defend me in whatever argument I might get into or debate. Doesn't matter. Cranium makes me feel like I'm like dumb, like straight stupid. Like some of the questions that they ask on something I might actually have heard of, and I look at the multiple choices. I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
Dude, and then some of the Cranium shit is super hard though, because so much of it's like
it's nutty. How
the
hard
version of Cranium that we have is like that I have here that I think is Kyle's is like
I love that.
weird fucking Canadian shit. Like, it's like super obscure.
Oh my god, man. Oh, we had a okay, doesn't matter. We had a question that was just so like you know the answer, it's in your gut, but you have to like debate with your teammate, and then you just don't get the answer right, and it's stupid. I hate it. The acting ones, when you get to like puppet someone around, that shit's fun. I like acting. I genuinely think that I should have been an actor in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Because I have that. I'm not a shy guy for the most part.
Did you do any acting in school?
No, I did talent shows. But I liked being on the stage and perform and the theatrical experience. But I never did drama or like I don't have range. I have no idea how to act. I just think it would have been a really good thing for me to have done.
Yeah, because me and Emily, I think out of all of our friend group, is like the only drama kids.
Oh yeah, she's been in like so many plays. I think I have like 2 or 3 photos of her like on stage.
Yeah.
She's like, oh god, she doesn't look anything like you would think. She's got her hair like prim and proper to the side, like like kind of like your do, but like obviously chick do. It's like to the side, and it's straight, and she's got like big, bold red lipstick, big, bold black eyes.
Yeah.
And she's got like these, I don't know, these fucking dorky yellow, like not a stiletto, but like it's a heel.
Oh yeah.
And she's like in a blouse and like little short shorts, and she's performing. I think it was Hamlet.
Oh damn.
That's not true. No. She did do Hamlet, I think, but there was another. It was more like modern. She had like a.
She was saying she did some. I forget which one she was saying.
New York accent.
The streetcar named Desire.
I have no idea. Oh man,
No wait,
there's a line.
New Orleans.
Oh. I don't know how to. I'm not gonna even attempt the accent because I'm gonna sound stupid. So.
Yeah.
But.
I think she did. Didn't she say she did Oklahoma?
I have no idea. Maybe you'll know the line then.
Yeah.
He scrunched his nose like a pug-nosed dog.
No.
Okay, but like I have asked her.
I'm not a huge play guy. Like I know some, but like, you know, I did some Shakespeare when I was in high school. So we did Midsummer Night's Dream.
That's a great play. I love that play.
I was fuck, what character is that? No, I gotta look it up. God damn it. The fact that I can't remember makes me feel dumb. So I was Demetrius in Midsummer Night's Dream. So he's like the guy who like he likes a girl that doesn't like him, and he has a girl who likes him.
Isn't that everybody's story though?
Well, yeah. No, okay. But like Lysander and Hermia, they like each other. My guy likes Hermia. I can't read from this far fucking away. Hermia. My guy likes Hermia and is trying to get her to fucking go with him, but then Helena is chasing after me, and I'm like not into her.
Isn't that everybody's story though?
Well, eventually they all like get in a weirder love quadrangle, where everybody suddenly likes Helena and Hermia. Nobody likes Hermia, and she still likes her boy Lysander. And
but you're like, who are you? You were.
So I'm Demetrius.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah. So I get a bit where I chase after Lysander, and I go Lysander, and I'm chasing him because I'm trying to murder him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
My girlfriend played Puck.
Like literal girlfriend?
Yeah, my girl at the time.
Oh, get around.
Played Puck. And so I know her ending line better than any other lines that I had.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was like, first of all, the fucking ending monologue of Midsummer Night's Dream is incredible. But yeah, it's if we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that we have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. And this week an idle theme, no more real than a dream.
That was really good. I actually
I
felt that. That was really good.
Good night into you all. I don't remember the whole monologue. It's a little
Okay,
bit, but it's fun.
But what you delivered there, I felt like it was like almost genuine.
Yeah.
Like it was like, I'm doing this because I know
Yeah.
it. If I put a little more sauce on it,
Put a
it'd
little
be nice.
sauce on it. Yeah. Like this one, I was like a random character, not random. I was Roger in Grease. Who's like he's the guy who moons people.
Yeah.
I wish I was like one of the more main guys. My buddy was Kaneki, and I was like, I'm a better Kaneki. I'm a better bad boy than my boy who did that. But I didn't have the heart to say it. But I was like, yo, let me be Kaneki.
I had a like I was in a lot of school plays and like school performances, mainly because like if you're in like K to 6, you're generally forced into like music class.
Yeah.
So I performed in stuff. I never put myself out there because as a kid I was really like I was kind of pansy.
Yeah.
And I was really worried and
that you'd be viewed as like the play kids or whatever.
Well, no, I just all my friends growing up were cool. Like they were the hockey players. They were well, okay, I lived in a small town, so they were the hockey players is really what it is. And then they were the skateboarders, and that's how I got into skateboarding.
Yeah.
But they were like the cool dudes, and I was new and I wanted to blend. I was a child and I just wanted to be cool too. So when I got forced into these performances, the cool guys would get the cool roles, obviously, like Oberon and whatever. Like they would play like the cool, and then I would get a fucking like I would be a tree or something. Okay, that's not true.
I was gonna say like the fun role, but like the joke character Nick Bottom. Although that role's so fucking
I would get
fun.
a role where it's like I'm on set, but like I have like 3 lines, and it's like a 2-hour
one of the
thing.
attendants to fucking Titania,
basically.
Yeah.
And then I felt pansy, and then like it wasn't until like when I was in grade 12 when I did talent show, because I used to do, I don't know if you know, but like you should know, I did card magic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I did a talent show for grade 12, and I was like, man, this is so much fun. Like, I love being on stage. The center eyes are on me. I'm baffling. It's as long as I don't fuck up a trick, like we're good. And that was the only moment in my life where I've been like, I fully solidly told myself when I went home, I should have been a fucking actor. I should have fully gone to drama class, done drama class, done the extracurriculars, and then just attempted a life of acting somehow. I think I could have made it into Marvel. That's not true, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of like what Marvel character could he be?
Oh God, I don't know. I got no idea. Like I would love to play Wade Wilson because I think I talk a lot. I think for the amount that I have drunk and been around people at given times, I chat a lot. Like I'm just really like, I think I could pull a Wade, but I'm not.
I think because he needs to be the kind of guy who like talks to himself type deal, Yeah,
exactly.
And I think your voice is like a little too low for it. I think he needs like a higher pitched voice, like a cartoony guy.
Exactly. I thought I could do Logan, maybe not like an older Logan, but like obviously like.
I think you could,
but I would need to pack on the fucking pounds, and I'm not willing to do that. So,
I'm trying to think.
I'm quite happy with like. I don't know. I would be okay with like a B-lister, like like Daredevil levels.
Daredevil levels are cool. Like those characters tend to be almost cooler than the fucking bigger guys.
They are
Daredevil's fucking sick.
I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
Oh, he's great. Yo, they're saying he might be in Spider-Man.
He is in Spider-Man. It's confirmed. Yeah,
it's confirmed.
He
might be in Spider-Man. I want to see him in She-Hulk as well. Because that's a fucking lawyer show.
That's a solid movie. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think of that. I think out of all the Defender characters that they made movies,
I like all of them except Iron Fist, but it's not really the actor's fault.
Holy shit, Iron Fist! I'm sorry, Iron Fist is poo.
Like the character in the comics is cool. I think the idea of
Iron Fist himself is awesome, but
it's just the show sucks
the
ass.
show was poo. Like that fucking at the very end of the show, like the very last episode, he whips out the 2 Western pistols and goes pa pa.
Yeah,
and they're like they're like chi or chakra bullets, and he's like, like he does like that, like total like.
Was that season 2?
That's season 2.
Oh, I didn't see season 2.
Oh,
apparently season 2 is better.
No. Season 1 is good.
No, season 1 of Iron Fist sucks fucking ass.
Season 1 is okay. I'm sorry I ruined the last episode.
That's fine.
The last 4 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But season 1 is way better than season 2 because season 1, at least, there are moments where they're like weirdly funny, even though they shouldn't be funny, and it takes light off the fact that the show sucks.
I heard season 2 was pretty good.
It jumps way too hard into the whole, like, you know, the dragon tattoo he's got?
Yeah.
It jumps way too hard into that dragon thing.
But the dragon thing's the fucking cool thing.
It's the most iconic part about Iron Fist, but it's not the dragon itself. Like, if it was more like immersed in the mythology,
that's one
of
thing
the
I
dragon,
fucking hated. They never showed the secret city. They showed like just the outskirts, and
Kunlun?
they didn't show him. Kunlun, and they didn't show the fucking dragon.
Okay, they show Kunlun and they do show the dragon in season 2, but like it's more of another guy coming in and being like, I will be a better Iron Fist than you, and then it's just like a whole like Danny Rand's like, no, you won't. I am the Iron Fist. I will defend this title. And then the other guy's just like, no, you won't. And then it's just like, it's a power struggle.
Yeah.
And it's poo.
I think the casting, though, for all the Marvel Netflix shows were pretty good.
Oh,
except,
God.
Yeah.
Kristen Ritter.
Jessica Jones is great.
She is not only is she beautiful, but she did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Because we saw... Oh, fuck. She's in a show. I don't remember. You'd have to ask Emily. There's a show she's in where she's like stupid and bubbly. Like she's so like...
yeah. Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23. I like that show.
No.
Oh.
But
she was bubbly also kind of in... Like, she was only in a few episodes of Veronica Mars, but she's kind of bubbly in that.
No. That doesn't sound familiar. There's a show. I'd have to ask her what it is. Mm-hmm. But she's like, I think it might be Friends. I don't think so.
No, I think you're probably thinking of Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Okay, maybe. But she's like super bubbly and dumb and like just a giant dork. And then to see her be like this alcoholic, like, oh, life. I have to wake up and just live it. I have to go do this.
Shit.
This sucks. And then she just sells it so
She's really good.
I
really liked Mike Coulter as Luke Cage as well.
Okay, he makes a great Luke Cage. I thought Luke Cage was a horrible show.
I thought the show was alright.
Who's his final villain? Like Twin Cobras or something like?
Oh, I didn't see season 2. I only saw season 1.
No, season 1. What's the villain?
Diamondback?
Diamondback, yeah.
Where he has the fucking arms,
like the metal gauntlet thing. Yeah. I thought Luke Cage was playing. They played.
It was cooler when it was still Cottonmouth, like Mahershala Ali in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Because he's great.
That was great. I don't know. It sounds weird to say, I guess, but like I love that they played the whole gangster thing, and it was like a dude that was
like owned a club, and he would just like doing crime shit.
Like he was a gangster.
Yeah,
and
but the problem is when you have Luke Cage like, and he's fighting a normal guy.
I think they over stereotyped the gangster thing.
Yeah,
like here's a black guy coming in to like fix up his neighborhood from the gangster that's fucking up the neighborhood.
Yeah,
they overplayed the stereotype, and I don't love that because I don't love in movies and in TV shows that stereotypes take a really big prominent role, because it's like, let it go. It's been years of that. We can move on. The black guy doesn't always have to be a gangster, and the black guy does not always have to fight a gangster. He could just be a normal ass dude that's just kind of trying to make good on his neighborhood.
They should have adapted the storyline where Doctor Doom offers to pay him money to find somebody, and then doesn't pay him the fucking $300, and so then he steals the Fantastic car and goes to Latveria to beat up Doctor Doom for his $300.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
What? That did not happen.
It did.
That is ridiculous. Luke Cage beat the shit out of Doctor Doom over $300.
Well, okay. It was that a bunch of Doom bots had kind of started to rebel, and he wound up beating up all the Doom bots. And then Doctor Doom's like, fine, I'll pay you for it. Do you want more? And Luke Cage is like, you promised me $300. I'm taking my fucking $300. And then he leaves.
That is hilarious. That's a thing? I'm going to have to Google this.
It's old as fuck.
That is crazy.
It's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't love stereotypes being like built like, up on.
I get so like what Luke Cage was trying to do. I think there's like other really cool stuff in that show, like with the way they did like had him be like very much like kind of anti-racism and doing like the like Trayvon Martin stuff. That was cool.
Really cool.
The guy who created the show is actually like a Harlem native. Like that's why they have like a lot of actual like people playing themselves from there.
Okay.
Is it so? There's like a lot of cool stuff in it, but like yeah, it definitely doesn't all work. I like that people were selling fucking bootleg DVDs of like of the Battle of New York of like the Avengers 1 shit happening. I thought that was like a cool detail. Did
you ever buy bootleg DVDs? Was that everything you
did? As
a
kid? Like a couple times.
Oh, so I lived in a building by Square One.
Yeah.
And we were on the 17th floor. We lived literally on one end. Like we were on the very end of the hall. The entirely opposite end of the hall. So you have to like go down, go to the corner, go across the elevator bays, go down the next hall, corner to the following hall, because this building's a fucking maze. And the last guy on that end, he was like complete opposite, was a DVD pirate.
Yeah.
And we would buy, what is it, like 5 movies for $20, like every week. Every week that guy made $20 off us. And it was solid. The only downside, the movies were horrendous quality.
Did you ever go to Pacific Mall as a kid?
I do a lot of surveillance there.
Oh, okay. I think they're closing it, aren't they?
I don't know. The last time I was there was like 4 months ago, and I was doing some surveillance in there.
Okay, so you used to go there, and they fucking had all the bootleg shit.
Oh, dude,
in the world.
This is like, well, I guess no one will really know unless they like actually like figure who I am out. Yeah. We've done surveillances there. Not just surveillance, but like cease and desist orders.
Oh, shit.
Where like 10 investigators go in and they just fucking drop a card on the person's like cash desk and like, yeah, cease and desist, or
you're selling illegal shit.
We're taking all your shit. And I don't fully know if that's ever been like an altercation where they've been like, no, fuck you, and then they're like, all right, I'm taking all your shit, and then people come in and actually like empty out the store because it's like
because they're it's like pirating.
Bootleg. Yeah. It's bootleg shit. And
yeah.
So I've done that, but I do like Pacific Mall. I bought a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards there. I miss Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh was great. Okay, no, that game's stupid also. Like, you could like, you play the game for like 3 months and you're like, oh man, I built a deck. It's so good. I'm so happy that I can beat anyone I want whenever I want. And then like 3 months later, like, oh, we're going to introduce this whole new thing that just straight up dicks your deck. Oh, and by the way, on the ban list, we're going to take away one of the cards that you absolutely need to play. So fuck you.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, I think I feel like that's why Chris stopped playing. It was just like he had a really good deck,
and then a bunch of it got banned.
Oh yeah, he got the ban list that came after that, the fact that he built his deck.
Yeah,
it dicked him on one card, and he's like, that's annoying. And the following list, which is again, this is a 6 month period. 2 or 3 of his cards got dicked hard, and he's like, this game sucks. And then he tried to build other stuff, and he just like lost faith.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh is that it like wasn't really made to be played the way that people are playing it.
I know.
Like it was made to be this like thing kids play, and so like of course the rules are like kind of shitty, and then like other things have to like do other bullshit for it. Yeah, I mean it's not like Magic or whatever where it's like, you know, more intentional.
Scott played Magic and he tried to explain Magic to me, and
it's so weird.
I do not fucking understand.
No, it's dumb.
Game.
Yeah,
Decks can be like 100 cards.
That company must have a fucking license to print money, because the same company that owns Magic the Gathering owns D&D.
No way.
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah, I genuinely attempted playing that game.
They did a version of Magic the Gathering that was trying to do like Magic for like, but with like an anime for kids vibes, and it was called Duel Masters. I spelled duel wrong. DUL Masters.
Isn't it DUEL?
Fuck. All right, then I was right the first time. Duel Masters is just Magic the Gathering, and it's owned by Wizards of the Coast, but they did an anime and they made it anime themed.
Huh.
Because they wanted to steal the Yu-Gi-Oh audience, which is funny.
Yo. Okay, so like I know you kind of made fun of Dragon Ball Z earlier.
Yeah.
But there's a Dragon Ball Z trading card game.
Yeah.
And I don't fucking get it.
No, most of those aren't good. Like, like there's a Final Fantasy one as well, and it's more of just you should collect the cards if you want them.
Yeah. I tried getting into Pokemon trading card game.
No, that game's also fucking stupid.
It's fucking dumb. Holy crap.
Yeah. I don't like trading card games in general, because they're essentially like buy packs to get the good shit, right? To attempt to get rare good shit. And it's like, I don't know. I prefer games where all the pieces come with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what's good about board games or whatever.
Well, okay, I think in the end,
yeah,
like that's what turned us off about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just every so often a card comes out. It's like I have to have it because it will complement 6 other cards in my deck, and it's like, but I can't just have one. I gotta have 3, and that's like $600. Well, okay, that's not true, but it can be really, really expensive, and it's just absurd.
The right way to play Yu-Gi-Oh is by trying to just reenact the anime, and there's no rules.
Oh, like pulling a trap card out of your duel. This would be like, my trap card. But like, that's not how trap cards are played. They're supposed to be set down. I've watched a top 10 list on like, it's top 10 times Yugi cheated in Yu-Gi-Oh! And like the most iconic one is like, he's literally on the losing brink. There's no possible way you could reenact this duel where he will win. It's not gonna happen. And the guy is just like, I have the chance, and he plays a card and he gets a draw 1. That's all he gets. He gets a draw 1. If it's a draw 1 that can be possibly played, he can play it. And he's just like, I believe in the heart of the cards. And he draws out a card and he shows it to the crowd, and it's a trap card.
And he plays it immediately.
And he drops it immediately, and it's Light Force Sword, which is essentially dick a card out of your opponent's hand and just toss it to the side for 3 turns. Which is, it's not a good card, period.
Yeah.
But for the moment in the duel that's occurring at the time, is just like, that is the best possible card you could have played. However, you fucking cheated by pulling it out and playing it immediately. That's not how the game works. So you would have been dicked next turn. Oh god, that show is so dumb.
But it's not that the show's dumb. The manga came first, and then the show came, and then the card game happened.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Like, he wrote the fucking whole story, and then they made a card game based on it to try to, and the people who made the card game had to try to give it rules. So, like, the show not following the rules of the game is like, yeah, but they made the show first.
Yeah, okay, I don't enjoy agreeing with you for that, but, like, still, like, they knew what they were doing. They could have done better.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, you know.
But
The show was originally going to have, like, a bunch of different games. There's, like, a season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh,
Really
I read the manga where, like, it's not called Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's actually called King of Games.
Oh,
or, like, it translates to King Games. And it's, like, crazy. Like, there's mafiosos in there with, like, fucking 9mm. And they're, like, popping
They
people
kill
off.
people.
Yeah, and like the King of Games
doesn't he cut off a guy's finger or something?
I believe so. Like the people die a lot in that show. And Seto Kaiba is like the most badass motherfucker I've ever seen. But he's a king of games. He's like literally king of poker, king of blackjack, king of Yu-Gi-Oh, king of whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
He's literally the king of games, and that's a lot to take in.
Yeah. Everything was trying to do that Yu-Gi-Oh shit though. Like, remember fucking Beyblade?
Oh my god!
Did you know in later Beyblade canon that they, in the fucking anime, they had it where Moses split the fucking Red Sea with a Beyblade? That's canon in the Beyblade universe.
Really?
Yes.
I don't like that. That don't bring Jesus into this. Come on.
Yeah.
How are they gonna bring anime and like religious event and just be like, hey,
I mean, there's an anime where Jesus and Buddha are roommates.
There is not.
Yeah, there is.
What is it called?
I don't remember what it's called.
That is are you serious?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. That is dumb.
Yeah, it's great. It's a comedy show. But we've gone over, this is like 2 hours 45 and I have to eat dinner still.
Oh,
so,
dude, yeah, you gotta eat, man.
All right, so I'm gonna say that this is the end of the episode. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much to George for stopping by the pod. If you want to see the video version of this podcast, which is great because we got two hot boys, it's youtube.com/N8S comedy.
I did get a haircut recently.
Yeah. And of course, if you want to follow me on the social medias, I am at The Media Hole on Twitter. I'm at The Media Hole on TikTok. I'm at twitch.tv/The Media Hole. And of course, www.whenyourballs.get.tumblr.com.
Is that actually your Tumblr thing?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm falling tonight.
George, where should they try to find you?
Oh, dude, if you want to find me,
If you want to be found. If you don't want to be found, we don't have to.
No, absolutely. Come fucking stalk me. I'm down. I am at JJ Fallen on Instagram. I am JJ Fallen on Snapchat. That's literally.
You're gonna try to get snaps?
Why not? I mean,
all right,
shit. Don't totally send nudes, but if you want to, I understand.
I'm gonna say right now, don't send nudes, please. There may be children who watch this. Who knows? And we don't want you to get in trouble.
Oh yeah. Okay. You know what? Never mind. No nudes.
Yeah. Don't send nudes.
But yeah, you can find me at JJ Fallen on Instagram, JJ Fallen on Snapchat. I don't have Twitter, and shit, I don't know. Slide it into my DMs. I'll probably message you. It'll be great.
All right. Awesome. And of course, our missing friend Ian is at StrugglesV on pretty much everything. He recently came under fire because he publicly said that he doesn't shower. All right, guys. Later.
That's why he stinks, isn't it? Damn.
Exactly.